of the events or a repetition of the events that have taken place here in Los Angeles recently, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man that go nuts if he can't shoot. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
Touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't here for my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations. America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of everyone welcome.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin?
It's like an earthquake, don't follow you out. Create a close to head, just get it from your back. Such an answer play, easy, just a more for all.
All right, hello everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your daily vitamin. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. All right, so let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's see who's all in here. First of all, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr_A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, Twitter at DGoddess27. Okay. Juju said, play haters on the corner. That's what I need to play because clearly there's some haters amongst us. Okay. Let's get into it. I'm glad you brought that up because we're going to talk about that in just a second. So everyone, please like and share. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr_A_Shakur, TikTok and Dr. A Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. As per usual, if you don't like what the Queen is cooking, like, why are you here? Okay, please don't come on my channel if you don't like the Queen, honey. Because if you don't like me, sooner or later, I'm going to find out when you say something slick. Okay, when you say something slick, what do you think I'm going to do? Okay, please pay attention, honey. Y'all know I don't have any problem putting people on blast for foolish shenanigans. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's get into it. We next just gifted the Queen's channel 10 memberships. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. You all shout out we next, aka DSB. Okay, you all shout out we next, aka DSB. And then I got a super chat. Hold on. Hold on. I know you all have been waiting patiently. Hold on. I know I saw another super chat. Hold on, beloveds. I don't want to leave anybody out. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. That was we next aka DSB too. Thank you, beloved. Say, get it, Queen. Thank you for your super chat, beloved. I appreciate you. Okay, DSB sending out super chats and memberships. You all show your appreciation. All right, thanks, beloved. Okay, so now let's get into it. Let's see who's all in here with y'all's nefarious selves. Most hated bronze flat power God is here. All right. Juju B is in house and make it make sense. Samantha, Desmond, shout out to my moderators putting in work. Okay, December is here. Buckhorse DC, about damn time. Okay, Samantha, Shanita. All right, Fat Boo is in the house. Let's get into it. December White, Mr. Elevation, Red Wine Entertainment. I see all my favorites up in here. Okay, let's get into it. Imana. All right, I like that name. Hope I said it right. Okay, and so with that all being said, listen, Scorpio is in here, Scorpio 3, about damn time. Did I say you already? Okay, so likes up, everyone, please like and share. Listen, don't forget to like the video. It doesn't cost you a single thing. It's the least you can do if you're enjoying the commentary. Auntie Leah is here, Claudette. All right, Terry is here. Okay, so let's get started. All right, Nessie X is here. Y'all, excuse me, I'm about to be real petty. I'm about to be real petty because I got time today. So hold on. Hold on. I'm about to call somebody out. Gotta do it. I almost forgot too. I literally almost forgot because they did this a couple of days ago, but I didn't want to do it yesterday because I was doing that very informative video about my friend Sophia Stewart. But so today I got time. So let me just put their face up on the screen, honey. Because when you come for the Queen, honey, that's the worst thing you can probably do. Okay? Other than saying something blasphemous against the Most High or Yahshua. This is probably the worst thing. Now, y'all see this lady right here? Y'all see this lady right here? Do y'all know who this is? Well, she's clearly a hater. That's for number one. She's a hater. Okay? That's who that is. Now, she felt the need. Hold on. Let me stop the share for a minute so I can pull up the receipts. She felt the need to try to correct me. Now, here's the thing. Now, y'all know I don't have any problem with anyone correcting me because don't let me look like a fool. Okay, if I say the wrong thing or whatever, if I mispronounce a word or whatever, and you want to correct me, that's all fine and well and good. Please feel free to do so. I appreciate it when you do because don't let me look like a fool, honey. Okay, don't let the Queen be up here looking stupid is all I'm saying. But, you know, when certain people say certain things and there's a tone that comes along with it,
Now I know you're just trying to be smart, and you're not trying to correct me for my own benefit. You're trying to ridicule me and trying to mock me, or you're trying to be a little smart arse because you a hater. Let me just show y'all what she did. And see, when I see people doing little stuff like that, I say to myself, first of all, let me give them the benefit of the doubts, because sometimes things don't come across in text the way they come off when you speak it. Like, for example, if someone puts something in the chat, they could be saying it to be facetious, just joking around, being sarcastic or whatever, but it may come across the wrong way, rather as opposed to if they verbally said it. That's why sometimes I have to read the comments twice to be like, wait a minute, what are they trying to say here? Okay, because I don't want to go off on anybody without it being warranted. So you know what I do when I see people put little comments that I think may be slick, or they might be trying to throw a little shade or whatnot. So what I do is I click on their profile and look at the other comments that they've left on my channel. And if I see that they've said little slick stuff before, then I know they're just a whole hater. Because why the hell are you on my channel? Okay, if you don't like me and you want to throw shade. So now let's get into it. Because here's what she wanted to correct the queen on. Please pay attention. I'm going to share my screen so y'all can see this. I'm going to share my screen so y'all can see this. Okay, I want y'all to pay attention. Because this could be you the next time, is all I'm saying. If you got Anna on your chest for the queen, this could be you. Okay, you've been warned, people. You have been warned. Denise King said, move out the way, haters. Okay. Hold on, let me play my song. Let me play my song, honey. Y'all been requesting it. Now I see why. Haters on the corner. Hold on. Here it is. Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Haters on the corner, they talking real loud, spreading on light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay.
Okay. Let me share my screen. Now y'all see that? Hold on, let me put it back just a little bit. Now, first and foremost, let me just tell y'all what she said. The guy that shares the dorm with Diddy while he's in jail at MDC, his name is Sam Bankman. I call him Sam Bankman-Fried. Okay, Sam Bankman-Fried. His name is spelled F-R-I-E-D. Does that not spell fried? And I don't know this man. I never heard of him before until then when I did the report. So she comes and leaves me a comment saying that Queen says she has great rhythm. So listen, she leaves me a comment saying Sam Bankman-Fried is pronounced freed. And so I said, who cares? Because I could tell from the tone she was being sarcastic. I said, who cares? Why do you follow my channel when you're just a pathetic hater? Okay, always leaving obtuse comments. Get a life. I'll be calling you out on my next live. And she probably thought I forgot, because like I said, I almost did. Now, and here's the thing. Now, y'all know I have very good discernment. Now, when I looked at the comment, it didn't really strike me as her being sarcastic or being throwing shade, but something in my spirit said, no, go check the rest of her comments because she's not trying to help you. She's being nasty. And so I went and looked at the rest of her comments, and she was saying little slick stuff. Here's another one. Okay, at the end of the day, let's pull this one up on the screen. See, I don't read the comments all the time, but what I do, if I see somebody saying something slick, I will address you. Okay, please pay attention. Now, y'all see this comment right here? Let me pause the music for a second. Y'all see this one right here? Now, let me tell you what this is all about. She was talking about Cardi B, because I must have been talking about on that day, Tasha K sued by Cardi B. I don't know exactly. I don't remember what I was talking about. But she left this 9 months ago. Cardi did not prove that she doesn't have herpes. A cold sore is herpes, and it won't be detectable unless there's a current outbreak in the individual. She's mad about rumors when she drugged and abused men in actuality. Those men need to sue her. First of all, what the hell does that have to do with me? First of all, what the hell does that have to do with me? And here's the thing. Cardi B clearly did prove that she didn't have herpes, okay? Because first of all, she did prove it. That's why she won the case and why Tasha K owes her $4 million. Now, I like Tasha K, but the truth is the truth. Tasha K lost the lawsuit because clearly when Cardi brought her medical records in, she proved that she didn't have herpes. And I'm sorry, you don't have to tell me that a cold sore is herpes. You know that. Okay, please. There's different types of herpes. We all should know that by now. So anyway, like I said, here's another little smart ass comment she left me. That's what I was like. This girl's a whole damn hater. Girl, why are you on my channel if you don't like the queen? Now here's another one. Here's another, because like I told you, I got time today. Y'all know I'm Petty LaBelle. Please pay attention. She said that person that said it was GHB was the same psychic that you listened to about other things. It's one of your own sources. And then put a laughing emoji. Yikes! What? Now, the reason she left this comment is because remember when everybody was saying, people were saying that they thought Diddy had put something in the baby oil, that maybe it was GHB. One person said it first and then it caught like wildfire and everybody started saying it. Now, pardon me for liking to do my research before I jump on bandwagons. I don't give a damn if a million people say something. If I don't have any facts, proof, and receipts, I'm not going to go along with it until I do the research. So once I did the research, I came back to you all with thorough receipts and told you that there had actually been a warning issued that some people were assaulting gay men, LGBTQ men, and putting the GHB in lubricants. So I said, okay, it's justified for people to think that. Now, I'm sorry, but I'm not in the LGBT community. I don't go out partying and I don't hang around nefarious people like Diddy. And so therefore, I don't know what's going on. Okay, until I read about it. So with that all being said, honey, don't try to go in on me talking about the own psychic that you follow. I guess she's talking about Sloan Bella. I don't know if Sloan Bella said that, but even if she did, what the hell does that have to do with me getting information from Sloan Bella about other things? Please make it all make sense. That's all I'm saying. Okay, this lady is a whole hater. And honey, when I look at her, I see why you're mad. But don't be mad at me. Be mad with your parents, honey. Okay, that's who you should be mad at. That's all I'm saying. All right, let me just show her face again one time for the rodeo. I'm sorry, honey. What is this all about? Okay, Cookie said plain hating bitch. Okay, exactly. I'm glad you said it. All right, she can sit down somewhere, honey, coming for the queen. There she go. That's her right there. Okay. She needs to have several seats. She needs to have several seats. And I believe she's supposed to be some kind of doctor or something, according to her name. Let me see what she calls herself. Yeah, she calls herself that doctor chick. Girl, please sit down. You're probably not even hard to no doctor. That doctor chick. That chick with a doctorate in pharmacy and pharmaceutical sciences. Oh, okay. So maybe she thinks she's smart, but girl, you're not smarter than a queen. I got a doctorate too, a PhD. Mine's in public administration. So what you want to do? And I graduated with honors. So I'm sorry, Whites. Please have several seats. Okay. Red White Entertainment said, oh, she a hater. About damn time said doctor of hateration. Miss Jason sounds like she opened up a can of whoop ass. And Muda said she needs to exit backstage, okay? Like have several seats. Because now we're just gonna sit here and laugh at her dumb arse, okay? Now we're having jokes at her expense. Girl, don't try to come for me because I just looked at my wrist. I got time today. Please. This is all nefarious. This is all nefarious, okay? Y'all pay attention. Anyway, I'm just on here on YouTube, just trying to, do my little videos and put out commentary whenever I can. That's all I'm trying to do. I don't know why is everybody always hating on me. I mean, don't y'all have something better to do? Anyway, let's keep going. Let's get back on track. I see it. Hold on, get my other super chats. This is from Del Monte Green Beans. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. Peace, love, and blessings. Missions Vision said, oh, wow. I know, right? Bobby Wright said, want to be school teacher ass. Okay. Thank you. I read I'm a whole college professor. She needs to have several seats. Okay. That's all I'm saying, honey. And here's how you know somebody's not used to nothing. Okay, clout chasing clearly. She had to put all of that on her little YouTube channel. Girl, sit down somewhere. Sit down somewhere. And then let me tell y'all what somebody did one day. One day I was having difficulty pronouncing this word that had about 20 letters in it. And so this girl leaves me a comment saying, oh, you got all those degrees and think you're so smart and you can pronounce the word small bitch. No matter how smart somebody is, there's always a word you may not pronounce. Okay, I finally figured it out, but at the end of the day, yeah, it took me a minute. It was one of those medical terms at the end of the day. So just because I'm smart and I have a PhD, I'm supposed to know every word. Girl, sit down somewhere. At least I speak more than one language. I bet she doesn't. Anyway, We're Next, aka DSB said, they just mad you got it going on. Thank Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. I mean, these haters are just doing too much. Cookie said, not my beautiful queen. Don't come for her or we will have problems. Thank you, beloved. See, that's what I'm trying to tell them. They better sit down somewhere because they already know, in case they missed it, they should know that I have the most nefarious chat on ScrewTube. Everybody should know that by now. Everybody, who sent you? That Dr. Chick, who sent you? Okay, I have questions. Okay, was it Nancy Drew that sent her over here? Let me tell y'all something. If they're mad, they're really gonna be mad tomorrow because I'm calling out people. Tomorrow, I'm calling out people that's out here telling lies, okay, clout chasing clearly, making up stories and all kinds of stuff. It's just getting out of hand and out of pocket. And I was gonna do it today, but some other information has come out. But I'm calling these people out tomorrow, and I don't give a damn who gets mad. Because what you gonna do about it? Okay? I got receipts. There's a whole bunch of people out here lying, and I'm gonna drop those receipts tomorrow. Now, if you have receipts to dispute mine, please show them, or else sit down somewhere, because you're getting called out. You're getting called out, and I got a list of these people. I'm gonna call them out. Now, some of them I've already called out before. Okay, I've already called them out before, but tomorrow I'm gonna drop those receipts. Okay, Dorada said wig one might have sent her. Exec said, and I cannot wait. Y'all tune in, honey, because I'm coming with the receipts. I'm calling out the liars. The lies will be called out. It's up for everybody in 2024, like Cat Williams said. Okay, because on this channel, we tell the truth. If I get something wrong, then I can always correct myself. And at the end of the day, I usually tell the truth anyway. I mean, you know how you might have wrong information, but I usually have the right information in the first place. That's all I'm saying. And I definitely don't ever, under any circumstances, just make up lies. We got people out here making up whole lies, clout chasing off of this Diddy story. And you know what's funny about that to me is that it's so much salacious, juicy information with the facts of Diddy's case, with the truth of Diddy's story, with all of the stuff going on with his lawyer, these other lawyers, all of the accusations and allegations. So why the hell does anybody find the need to just make up blatant dumbass lies? It's all reeking of a clout chase. And I'm calling all their answers out tomorrow. And I don't care who gets mad, because like I said, what you gonna do? Nothing. All you can do is get mad. Now, feel free. The people that I'm calling out, I'm going to say your names. I'm going to say your names. See, unlike some of these YouTubers, I don't talk in subliminals. I call your name. And so if you have a problem with anything that the queen's going to say tomorrow and you feel froggy, then jump. And if you have proof to substantiate your claims against mine, then you best to drop them, because I got claims, I got receipts to show that your ass is lying. So I'm going to pull it out. That's all I'm saying. And it ain't about hating. It's about calling out people. Okay? It's about calling out people with all the lies and deceit. It's running real rampant. Okay? All right. That's what it's doing. The exec said, I'm hollering. Honey, you're really going to be hollering tomorrow when the receipts start falling. Please pay attention. Now, with that all being said, let's get back on track, because y'all know I'm going whole rants. So let's talk about Tony Buzbee. Now, didn't I tell y'all it was something sketchy about that man? Y'all know I told y'all something sketchy about him. What's the first thing? Bobby Ray said we call it sneak dissing. Yeah, that's what it is. When you won't say the person's name, but you'll say things indirectly. Yeah, the sneak dissing. I don't sneak diss. I'm going to call your ass out. And if you don't like it, like I said, you already know what to do. Now, let's get into it. So remember when Tony Buzbee first came out, and I told you guys that something a little sketchy about him to me, not saying that his clients are lying, but I said it's something a little sketchy. Because remember, I told you all about the numerology of it all. I said he comes out talking about he got 120 clients, and then 60 of them are men and 60 of them are women. And then he had 12 suits filed. Now, y'all know I study numerology, so I can obviously see when somebody's playing with numbers, okay? People cast spells with numbers just like they do words. I want y'all to pay attention. And for those of you who follow my spiritual channel, you know I've told you this more than once. So I said, something a little shady, so I'm going to sit back and watch him. Okay, something a little sketchy. I'm gonna sit back and watch him. And then when he started coming out talking about, these celebrities, if they was there, if they saw anything that happened, if they didn't do anything, if they knew about it, if they heard something and they did, I'm suing them. And then he comes out at the next press conference, and what does he say? He says that if they could either pay up or get a lawsuit. Now I'm saying to myself, that sounds a little sketchy. That's almost like extortion. And I know another lawyer who got charged and convicted of extortion. So I just sat back and waited. But here we go. So let's get into it. All right, here we go. Let's get into it. Now, Now he's been hit with a lawsuit. Some people are trying to allege that Diddy's attorneys put the person up to it. I don't really necessarily think anybody had to put the person up to it. I mean, because what he did is basically at least borderline extortion, if not full on extortion. Okay, so likes up. Everyone, please like and share. Here it goes right here. Prominent man sues Diddy accuser's lawyer, alleges extortion. Now, a prominent figure is suing the attorney repping more than 120 of Diddy's alleged victims, saying the attorney is shamelessly attempting to extort exorbitant sums from him while threatening a lawsuit packed with wildly false, horrific allegations if he doesn't pay up. Now, I'm going to tell you why that's a problem. Because some of these people are absolutely telling damn lies. And I'm going to talk about some of these people that's telling those lies tomorrow. Some of them I've already mentioned to you, but tomorrow I'm going to show you how they're lying. I already showed you how one of them's lying because they was using my own talking points, saying something that I already said. I showed y'all the receipts. Now, with that all being said, see, here's the problem. When Tony Buzbee came out, okay, he's telling these people, you know, that these things have been said or you did this or it's allegations. What if the allegations are lies? What if the person or the clients that's telling him some of this stuff are not telling the whole truth? So that would mean if he's asking these people for money, demanding payment from these people, you know, some people will pay because they're scared or because they don't want to get embarrassed. They definitely don't want to be tied to Diddy and this nefarious lawsuit or these charges that Diddy has levied against him. So the plaintiff, identified only as John Doe, filed his lawsuit in LA County Superior Court Monday morning, describing himself as a high-profile individual who knew Diddy and attended events along with the mogul. He's being repped by one of the premier law firms in the country, QueenAShakur. Now, the man says attorney Tony Busby and his firm threatened to unleash entirely fabricated and malicious allegations of sexual assault, including multiple incidents of rape of a minor, both male and female. Now, let me tell y'all something. That's another thing, too, about Tony Busby. See, when you start saying things like that, accusing somebody of things like that, it's kind of easy to do because you never have to say the person's name if they were a minor. If a minor was involved, you don't have to say that person's name. So then the person can just be left to wonder if they didn't do it. Now, I'm not saying somebody who actually did it, but if it's a person who literally didn't do that and you're threatening them with that, you know, that's one of the most embarrassing and egregious and nefarious things anyone could ever be charged of. Right? So that would definitely make some people want to go ahead and pay him off. I just want you all to think about that. Ask yourself if it were you. Let's not think about guilt or innocence because we don't know. That's for the court to decide. But if someone were to say something about you, you know, just like the lawyer said, one of the lawyers said, anybody can sue anybody for anything, and you in fact can. So what if somebody just made up a lie on you and then started telling you, you better pay up or we're going to file this lawsuit and tell everybody you did this to a minor? Okay, anybody would be nervous about that, but let's continue. So then goes on to say, he says that said it was both male and female against plaintiff if he refuses to comply with their demands. Now, the suit goes on to say Buzbee's demand letters allege the plaintiff raped the males and females while they were under the influence of drugs at parties hosted by Diddy. The plaintiff references past lawsuits that Buzbee has filed against other celebrities, including football star Deshaun Watson. Now, the man claims Buzbee tried to shake down Watson and others by making dubious claims that he knows would not stand up in court. See, they don't have to stand up in court because once he sets the hook out there and gets the person scared, they may just go ahead and settle to avoid court. So he's just getting free money. This is what some of these dirtbag lawyers do. Now, I'm not saying that Tony Busby's lying and that this person is absolutely didn't do anything. I don't know. But what I'm saying is I'm looking at it from both sides of the fence. I'm playing angel's advocate here. So at the end of the day, this would absolutely make some people under some certain circumstances go ahead and pay. Now, the lawsuit obtained by TMZ goes on to claim Buzbee did the same thing against Green Bay Packers Brandon McManus, allegedly threatening to sue over specious allegations of sexual assault. Now, the suit claims the NFL investigated and found insufficient evidence and closed the case. The new lawsuit filed by John Doe references their documentary, the TMZ documentary. Now, Buzbee appeared on the documentary, also The Downfall of Diddy, and Inside the Freak Offs, in which Harvey asked him about the criticism that Buzbee's MO is to put enough embarrassing information in a demand letter that forces a settlement. Buzbee acknowledges that indeed the game That's part of the game, or that's indeed the game, saying that it's the way the system works. That's not how the system's supposed to work. I'm sorry. If me or you all did that, if one of us sent somebody an email or some type of communication, okay, and we were threatening them with something like that, that's absolutely extortion. Now, the lawsuit claims that Buzbee put a ticking clock on the extortion demands, threatening to sue if the plaintiff didn't agree to mediation to resolve this delicate and important matter. The plaintiff is suing for extortion and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Quinn Emanuel urges anyone with information on Mr. Buzbee to contact the company via open line at QuinnEmanuel.com. Okay, so that's the email. Now let me tell you all something. There was another prominent lawyer who got sued, or not, who got charged and convicted of extortion for doing pretty much the same thing. You see, these are the things that the mafia used to engage in. Okay, pay up and pay us for protection that you didn't even ask for, or this is going to happen. That type stuff. And you know, it's a thin line, because lawyers can absolutely send demand letters, and they can request a mediation, and they can request a settlement or negotiate a settlement, and all of those things. But when it gets into the murky waters of possibly being extortion is when they start making threats. When you start making threats, trying to instill fear in people, that's when it gets out of pocket. So there was another lawyer who tried something of the like, and here he is right here, because he got convicted. Let's talk about it. All right? Because y'all know the queen stays with receipts. Okay? And then he tried to get a review of his case, and the Supreme Court declined. All right? See, people like that should be disbarred as far as I'm concerned. If you can't win your case fair and square, then you need to get the hell up out of the courtroom. All right? That's all I'm saying. And see, these people doing all this shady stuff and using all these vile tactics and stuff and clout chasing and telling all these lies and stuff, they're going to mess right around and let Diddy get some kind of technicality. I keep telling y'all that. A mistrial or anything. Please pay attention. Y'all see that? Supreme Court declines to review conviction of disgraced attorney Michael Avenatti in Nike extortion case. Now, this was in May of 2024.
Guilty of trying to extort. The tide appears to have turned for Michael Avenatti. The lawyer who attempted to take President Trump to court could now face decades in prison after a jury here in New York found him guilty of trying to extort millions of dollars from the Nike sports company. Chip Reed reports.
Michael Avenatti rocketed to fame 2 years ago as the attorney for porn star Stormy Daniels in her lawsuits against President Trump. But his meteoric rise was matched only by the speed of his catastrophic fall. A jury found him guilty of attempting to extort millions of dollars from Nike by threatening to go public with claims that the shoe company was illegally paying high school basketball players. Nike denied that claim and said the verdict speaks volumes.
He's in a bit of a state of shock.
Avenatti's attorneys say he plans to appeal.
Avenatti is Avenatti, and he's a strong guy, and obviously he's disappointed, but he's a fighter.
Avenatti used his fame as Daniels' attorney to dominate the spotlight as he excoriated President Trump for allegedly having an affair with Daniels and then paying her to cover it up.
But for the fact that he's president, he would be indicted on numerous criminal charges.
He even suggested he might run for president, but now it's Avenatti who faces numerous criminal charges. In addition to the guilty verdicts for which he could get more than 40 years, he is accused of defrauding Daniels in a book deal and defrauding other clients of millions of dollars.
Avenatti has been held behind bars since January for violating his bail conditions. His attorneys say he's reportedly in the same solitary confinement cell that held Mexican drug lord El Chapo. They say he's being treated, quote, like a caged animal. For CBS This Morning Saturday, Chip Reed, Washington.
Not treated like a caged animal. Did you all hear that? That's what his arse gets. That's what his arse gets, because that was absolutely, extortion. For Nike, that he's going to tell people they've been paying these basketball players and all this stuff, unless they do what he wanted him to do and pay him off. That's extortion. And isn't that, in fact, what Tony Buzbee's doing? How's it any different? How is it any different? Okay, please pay attention. These people are desperate out here in these streets. These people are desperate out here in these streets, okay? Please pay attention. But hold up. Wait a minute. Did y'all know that Diddy has allegedly been paying off a male victim? Did y'all hear about that? Said Victor's been giving this man a whole stipend. Okay, they got all kind of charges coming for Diddy. Like I told you all that there was a superseding indictment supposed to be coming. I don't know what's the holdup, but let's get into it. Let's get into it. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. And while I'm getting my receipts together, let's have a word from my sponsor at 12 Tribes. This is all nefarious. See, I'm telling you, you don't even have to make up lies. The story's already sensational enough. Okay? Making up lies for what?
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Okay, so you can purchase your 12 Tribes at Etsy. Just go for look for Lisa Crafts, and you can also find it at Walmart.com. Okay, now let's get into these receipts because first off, let's not forget that one of the people that filed against Diddy was a woman who was under Jane Doe. And remember, I reported to you guys that the judge said that she had to come out and tell her name, okay, or the case was going to be dismissed. Okay, so that person is listed in these filings, and also this male that Diddy has been paying money to. Please pay attention. Now, I'm not going to read these entire documents because it's quite a few pages. It's probably like 30 pages. Okay, so hold on. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Now, I'm just going to read the most significant parts. Okay, now here we go. And they have a lot of this stuff redacted too, which I wish they would just give us all of the information. Hold on, I'm scrolling. I'm gonna stop right here. Okay, so holding that the Giglio information was not sufficient grounds to reopen a bail hearing. So they still are saying that Diddy does not even need to, he doesn't even deserve to even have another bail hearing. Now they're saying this is his third one, but it seems like this should be the fourth one to me. I don't know. But anyway, so the court should reject the defendant's request to reopen the bail hearing because the defendant disagrees with the government's use of the term victim. Okay, the defendant's next excuse, the defendant next accuses the government of misleading the court as to the nature of certain of the defendant's communications with another victim, and that would be victim number 2. That's what the person's listed as. Now, the government did no such thing. The defendant's primary point of contention appears to be the government's characterization of this individual as a victim. Now, one of these people that they're talking about clearly sounds like it's Kina Harper also. That's what I should mention, because if you remember, Kina came out and said all those nice things, basically like she didn't experience any of those things with Diddy right after Don Richard filed a lawsuit. And then they found out about all the communications that Diddy had with her, like 128 communications in a short span of time. Now, victim 2, an individual to whom the defendant continues to pay a significant monthly stipend. Okay, a significant monthly sum. Now, the defendant does not present any new information or grapple with the actual evidence. The messages and recordings between the defendant and victim 2, on which the government relied at the initial bail hearing, are clear on their face and consistent with the government's representation. Okay, the defendant was leveraging significant financial benefits to cause victim 2 to adopt his narrative of their relationship. Now, whether or not the defendant agrees with the characterization of victim 2 as a victim, because Diddy's saying this person is not no darn victim. He said they're not a victim, but they're listing them as a victim. So goes on to say the defendant was leveraging significant financial benefits to cause victim 2 to adopt his narrative of the relationship. Okay, whether or not the defendant agrees with the characterization of victim 2 as a victim for purposes of this criminal case, the communications highlighted by the government indicate that the defendant used financial coercion to attempt to feed victim 2 a narrative that was consistent with his defense theory, a theory at odds with contemporaneous text messages sent by victim 2 to the defendant and others. Okay, and that was supposedly September the 18th of 2024 is the date they have listed. Now they say the defendant was just threatening me. This is what it says. I guess this was the text message. It says the defendant just threatened me about my SEX tapes, where I am heavily drugged and doing things he asked of me. Okay, and then they talk about describing victims 2's sexual trauma. And it says, in light of the defendant's continuing financial support of victim 2, it is not the government's, but rather the defendant that's misleading the court. So they're saying it's not the prosecution that's doing this. Diddy's the one out here telling lies and trying to mislead the court, okay, and trying to get out of what he's due. You know, and they say he's been paying this person. Now, here's another thing they said. That Diddy had ghosted this person. This person had been trying to reach out to Diddy for like a year, and Diddy didn't want anything to do with him, wasn't having nothing to say. And then all of a sudden, after he finds out that this person was allegedly subpoenaed to testify before the grand jury, then all of a sudden now Diddy wants to start contacting them. Okay. And then some of the information they found out was when, you know, people are now talking about they raided Diddy's jail cell. Now, you all remember, I reported that maybe a week or so ago. Okay, when I told you all that they said Diddy, I had the court filings. I reported this like a week or two ago. I can't remember, but you heard it here first is all I'm saying, because people are just now catching up, even TMZ. But I told you all in those court filings how they said they came in there, searched Diddy's jail cell, and they found paperwork and all of this stuff. And then they, or his little notes that he was taking during the discovery that he got from his attorneys. And so they got all the stuff out of order. It was no longer organized. And they were saying that Diddy needed a laptop and all this stuff. Okay, so in those notes or whatever, supposedly, I guess they saw some things that Diddy was writing down. Okay, and also what Diddy didn't know, and I don't know how he could be so stupid, that they had been listening to his phone calls, getting his phone calls since October. Now, this is the feds. But how did Diddy not know that they listened to and record your phone calls in jail? I mean, he probably knew that, but I guess he didn't know that the feds would specifically be getting his phone calls. Okay, so it says specifically phone records show that between the end of 2022 and January of 2024, witness 1 occasionally contacted the defendant by phone without any response from the defendant. Now, that's the male. This is a guy. This is the person that Diddy was not returning any of his correspondences, or you can't even call them correspondences because Diddy wasn't returning them. So he was not reaching back out to this person from the end of 2022 to January of 2024. Now, that all changed in June of 2024 when witness 1 was served with a grand jury subpoena on June 19th of 2024, and after contacting the government, was appointed counsel on June the 25th of 2024. Now, mind you, they say he was appointed counsel. So that means that the feds likely gave him an attorney. Okay. So, because maybe he couldn't afford one. Now, beginning on June the 26th of 2024, only after witness 1 had been served with a grand jury subpoena and had counsel, the defendant initiated contact. All of a sudden, Diddy thinks he's so damn slick. He's out here obstructing. Keep his ass in jail. Diddy doesn't deserve bail. Okay? So, says he initiated contact with witness 1, which the defendant attempted to obscure by initially calling witness 1's wife and then later communicating with witness 1 over a VoIP service, including by text and a call lasting over 7 minutes. The following day, phone records indicate that witness 1 spoke with counsel for the defendant. Even though witness 1 was represented by counsel, he and the defendant continued to directly exchange text messages, and defense counsel also spoke directly with witness 1 again on July the 8th of 2024. So what does that mean? I'm so glad you asked. That means Diddy's lawyer's been sitting up here lying. Diddy's lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, has allegedly been lying if this is the case, because it clearly says in these documents that the lawyer, witness 1, was represented by counsel. He and the defendant continued to directly exchange text messages, and defense counsel That's Diddy's attorney. Also spoke directly to the witness. But when they were trying to get this gag order and when they were filing all these other paperworks and stuff for Diddy for bail, didn't his attorney, Mark Agnifilo, promise the court and the judge, okay, subramanium, or was it the judge before? Because remember, he filed for bail a couple of times. Nonetheless, he told both of those judges, if memory serves me correct, that Diddy had not been contacting any witnesses who had, in fact, been subpoenaed by the grand jury. And if he did, it was only because he didn't know at the time that they had been subpoenaed. So you mean to tell me not only Diddy was talking to the person, the witness for the grand jury, but his own lawyer was and then sat up there and lied? Goes on to say that he and counsel spoke directly to the witness again on July the 8th of 2024. Following witness one's testimony in the grand jury on July the 25th, the defendant called and texted the witness again. You see what I'm saying? Now, I could have sworn that in some of the paperwork that Mark Agnifilo was trying to say, Diddy wasn't talking to anybody. Oh, this is what he said. If memory serves me correct, you all should remember this. Remember when I reported to you how Diddy was supposedly talking to somebody who testified before the grand jury, and then he didn't know that they testified, but once he found out, he no longer contacted them. That's what his lawyer said. He allegedly said something along those lines. But now it says in this filing that no, sir. No, that's not the truth. Now it says that he did speak to the person again after they testified. On July the 25th, the defendant called and texted the witness again. Diddy, you going down and your lawyers are helping you to get there. This is all problematic. He's not getting no bail. He shouldn't even waste his time. He shouldn't even waste his time, him or his attorneys, because he's not going to get it. Because this is absolutely obstruction. You're not supposed to be talking to these witnesses. Your attorney has no business talking to these witnesses unless he's talking to them through their attorney. And then why would he come in court and lie and tell the judge that, oh no, he stopped talking to them once he found out that they had talked to the grand jury? And why is Diddy paying this person? What's that all about? This is all bad. I just want y'all to pay attention. I just want y'all to pay attention. I mean, Diddy is just getting himself, digging a hole deeper and deeper. And I can't help but think that a lot of this has to do, if not all of it has to do, with the fact that he's a whole narcissist. He did not reach out to grand jury witnesses. Hold on. I think this is what his lawyer had said previously. He did not reach out to grand jury witnesses. I dispute that wholeheartedly. Caught up in your lies. He didn't do it and he wouldn't do it. And he wouldn't do it because he has the sense not to do it. And he wouldn't do it because we wouldn't let him do it. You know, we have studiously avoided interviewing grand jury witnesses. And this guy, Mark Agnifilo, all over it. CNN 2024, September the 17th. They reference the case, or they reference the article from CNN. This is not good at all. Diddy is a fool, and so are his attorneys. Okay? We cannot try to interview, we would not, and we cannot try to interview grand jury witnesses. So there was a whole CNN article about this. And that's where I got it from. That had to be where I got it from when I reported to you guys, because I remembered his attorney saying that. So they got him dead to rights. They got him and his attorney. This is all, see, I told you, Mark Agnifilo is supposed to be such a high profile, good criminal defense attorney. How is he making all of these slip ups with Diddy's case? Like, this is all just crazy to me. This is all crazy. Like up, everyone, please like and share. Okay, goes on to say, hold on, let me scroll back. What a hot mess. It says the defendant also claims that the defendant's contacts in September 2024 with an individual represented by counsel who wanted to make a public statement. That was, I think that was Kalina, because it says bandmates. That's where I'm talking about Kina Harper. That's who that likely was. And this is after Dawn Richard filed her lawsuit. Remember when Kina came out, was acting like she never saw any such thing and she didn't know nothing was going on and all this, that, and the third. This is clearly obstruction. They're not making up stuff on Diddy. Diddy's actually doing this stuff allegedly. Okay, it looks like he's actually doing everything that they're accusing him of. And if that's the case, he doesn't deserve bail. I mean, he's just trying to do the most. So anyway, they have a bunch of the stuff redacted. It says, then after the defendant was in custody, BOP investigators recovered the following notes from the defendant's cell during a pre-planned nationwide sweep of BOP facilities. The strong inference to be drawn from the defendant's communications with witness 2 and his personal notes is that the defendant paid witness 2 after she posted her statement. So he gave Kina Harper some money after she posted that statement. From the timeline, the content, and the context of the communications between the defendant and witness 2, the defendant's clear goal was for witness 2 to draft a post that would make it look like he wasn't doing nothing. I just want y'all to pay attention. This is all bad. This is all nefarious. And who is this man? Who is this guy? The man has a wife. Did he have something going on with Diddy? Why are they saying that Diddy was sending him money every month? Was that to keep his mouth shut? Well, that's what it sounds like. And then supposedly giving Kina money too? Because that's got to be, even though they'll say her name, that's got to be who they're talking about. Because they said bandmates. He was bandmates with her. Okay, remember Diddy and Dirty Money. They were all in the same band together. So this is just all a bunch of nefarious, honey. Diddy's digging one hole after another for himself. Now, this says, notably, the defendant continued these efforts after the court's October 25th and 2024 order requested by the defense prohibiting exactly this sort of conduct. After the court entered the order, the defendant enlisted family members to plan and execute a social media campaign around the defendant's birthday with the intention of influencing the potential jury in this criminal proceeding. Now, at the defendant's carefully curated direction, the defendant's children posted a video to their respective social media accounts showing the defendant's children gathered to celebrate the defendant's birthday. The defendant from within the MDC then monitored the analytics, i.e. audience engagement, and explicitly discussed with his family how to ensure that the video had his desired effect on potential jury members. Sonny, Diddy is low down and Diddy think he is so damn slick. Now, how do they know that he was doing all of this? How do they know that Diddy, in fact, told his children to do that? You know, with the birthday celebration, whatnot. And how do they know he was trying to follow the analytics? Because the fool was talking about it on the damn jail phone. And they've been getting his communications since October. This is all crazy. Well, anyway, like I said, Diddy's just an idiot. He's just a whole damn fool. Oh, y'all heard this? Yvonne said a whole stage play. Okay, clearly. You can't make this stuff up. Honey, this is better than a Tyler Perry movie. And so anyway, Diddy hasn't proven, that he isn't a danger. He hasn't proven that because you got him reaching out to people who've already been speaking to grand juries. You've got him allegedly sending money monthly to somebody, allegedly giving money to Kina Harper after she posted that post. Okay. And then he's possibly a flight risk too, whether he gave up his passport or not. This is what the feds are saying. The feds actually say he isn't a flight risk. I think they said he isn't a flight risk. I don't know, but at the end of the day, Diddy's doing the most. I don't know. What do you all think? Diddy is absolutely the devil. How does he not get it? These are the actions of a person who is a narcissist, a person who doesn't want to listen to what anybody else says and clearly thinks he's the smartest person in the room. And I think his attorneys are doing all this dumb stuff because Diddy's telling them what he's going to do and not listening to them. I'm a Mom Magazine said Jaguar Wright said Diddy wasn't the smart one. Now I see. I guess he isn't. Red White Entertainment said incompetent. This is almost the ridiculous thing I have ever heard. Okay, I'm sorry. And your lawyers let you, and then his lawyers are sitting up there lying to the judge too. Mark Agnifilo, hold on. Let me see if I can find that CNN publication. Mm, mm, mm. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. This was reported by CNN, September the 20th. Here it is right here. I think this is it. Diddy grand jury witness. Hold on. Is this it? September the 17th. Sean Diddy Combs denied bail and will remain in federal custody or federal detention. Okay, judge rules. Let me see here. Hold on, guys. Let me pull this up real quick. I'm not sure if this is the exact one, but let me see. This says Sean Diddy Combs' attorney on whether the star was surprised by his arrest. Yeah, that's not what I'm looking for. But anyway, nonetheless, all I know is Diddy is out here lying, and so are his lawyers. So are his lawyers. Hold on. Hold on, beloveds. I'm trying to see if this is it right here. Okay, I'm not going to keep looking for it. I don't want to waste time. All I know is Diddy was clearly talking to people after they spoke to the grand jury. Okay, it's right there in the filings, and they have the proof of receipts on him. This is not something the feds are making up. They literally have proof. They've heard him saying certain things on the phone when he's talking to his kids and family, sitting there plotting the whole time. And it's so sad because for the kids, I mean, the girls, the boys are grown. They know what the hell they were doing. Okay, but the twins and Chance and the little baby Love, I just feel sorry for them. And Love was just so cute. And let me tell you something. Diddy knew exactly what he was doing. He's a maniacal, low down, dirty devil. Because I'm gonna tell you something. When I saw that video, I told you guys. I said I don't feel sorry for Diddy, but I feel sorry for the kids. And I said, look at Love. She's so adorable. See, he had this all planned out. Had poor little Love sitting there using his own little baby. That little girl is what, about 2 years old? Sitting there using his own little baby as a pawn in his nefarious games. Diddy don't care about nobody but himself. He don't care about nobody but himself. I want y'all to pay attention. How low can you go, Diddy? At the end of the day, think about what type of person it takes to do something like that. Purple Ace said, Queen, give me them earrings. Honey, you can get them, okay? But how low can you go? Like, who thinks of that? Using his poor children. This is all so sad. Renee said, that's why he had that baby. Yes! Be the difference clothing said, not surprised. Aqua Ryan said, Queen, he named her Love Sean Combs. Shaking my head. Okay. Low down, dirty devil. Ooh, Diddy, they need to put your arse under the jail. But let me continue. Now let's talk about what News Nation had to say about Diddy. And then hold on, what's this right here? And then with this other great victim, you know, I told you all the victim who had to come out and tell her name or the judge was going to dismiss her case. We're going to talk about that in a second. I'm going to go to a report about that. So, but first, let's hear what News Nation is saying about Diddy's case compelling. It's compelling due to the number of victims, witnesses, and all of that, according to an attorney. It is compelling. That's why I don't understand why people out here telling lies. I mean, who knows why liars lie? But we're going to talk about these liars tomorrow. Please pay attention. This is what we're going to talk about tomorrow, honey, because I'm dropping receipts.
Court documents filed Friday alleging that disgraced rapper and producer Sean Diddy Combs is breaking more rules from behind bars. He's now accused of attempting to influence potential jurors. According to the documents, the music mogul is allegedly buying and using other inmates' phone time to communicate with people on the outside while also enlisting his own children to.
Hold on. Let me go to this comment because Desmond said, Queen, Diddy used a chicken for a sacrifice at the Shine trial. Let me tell y'all something. First of all, I find that very interesting that somebody's coming out saying that now. Seeing as how it was me, the queen, who told y'all over a month ago. Please pay attention, okay? Please pay attention. If y'all don't realize by now that people are absolutely, I'm going to go to that. Hold on, we're going to stop right here. We're going to stop the book right here, and I'm going to stop this video, and I'm going to go to the receipts. Please pay attention. Hold on, please pay attention. All right? Because I am so sick and tired of people using my talking points and then getting credit for it. Hold on. I got that because I saw it earlier about Diddy doing a sacrifice. Hold on. Is this it right here? Yeah, here it is. Now I want y'all to listen. Sean Combs performed a bird sacrifice ahead of shooting verdict, says bodyguard. Says Puff took this white bird and threw it up in the air and the bird just fell to the ground. Boom, like a brick. Gene Deal says in a new documentary. Now, goes on to say, when Puff got close to the guy, he just dropped down to his knees. Gene Deal explains. Next thing I see is this smoke coming back, going back and forth. I guess it was sage or something like that. Deal claims that the man appeared to hold a Bible in his hands and began praying and laying hands on Combs. At one point, the man allegedly told Combs to grab a white bird from a cage and that the man had presumably brought with him. Puff took this white bird and threw it up in the air, and the bird just fell at fell to the ground, boom, like it was a brick. Okay, Deal said, I was like, oh, ish, the bird died, man. The bird didn't even move anymore. Okay, we're going to stop right there because I think I've heard just about enough. I think I've heard just about enough. Now, this came out November the 18th of 2024. That's today. Now, let's go back to the Queen's receipts. Now, I didn't say those exact words, but here's what I did say. Hold on. Hold on. See, I got to start pulling timestamps, honey. Okay? Please pay attention. Desmond, how dare you sit here and tell me a story that I told that was very similar already? Hold on. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. I think this might be it right here. Remember the video that I did about J-Lo? I think this is it. Let me see here. I think this is the video right here. Oh, no, that's not it. Hold on. I remember that's not it because J-Lo and Diddy. Diddy was doing voodoo. Remember I told you guys? Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Hold on. I'm going to have to find it in a minute. Let me let you guys watch this video. I'm going to let you all watch this while I find my receipt. Okay? Please pay attention. All right. Now, y'all listen to this.
To promote positive social media campaigns to try to sway witnesses. The new allegations come as part of the prosecution's latest opposition to Combs' motion for bail filed November 8th after he was already denied bail by two other federal judges on those pending sex trafficking charges. So joining me now to break this all down is lawyer at the Lovell firm, Trey Lovell. Trey, great to see you. Thank you for your time today. What are your thoughts on these latest accusations against Combs? I mean, won't it be easy to prove whether or not he is trying to arrange three-way phone calls between, people that he can speak with and then having them make three-way calls, and also whether or not he is using other inmates' phone privileges? Isn't that pretty easy to determine whether or not it's happening?
I would think so, but it's really, the devil's in the details. So it's whether or not, even though he may be using other inmates' phones or using three-way to reach people that aren't authorized, who is he talking to? Is he actually tampering with witnesses? Is he furthering that? Or is he having more innocent conversations? Is this just a violation of prison rules, or is something going on here? So it's really more in the details. And with respect to the social media videos, I mean, you know, having his family sing him happy birthday is not tampering with witnesses or influencing a potential jury. So it's really going to be the prosecution's burden to really show exactly what he's doing, that he's obstructing justice.
And Trey, this week there is yet another hearing to determine whether or not Combs can be released on bail. We know that has already been denied at least twice. What do you think happens in light of this new filing from prosecutors, in light of what we have seen from his other bail hearings?
Well, it's going to be an uphill battle in light of the last two hearings. But what attorneys really need to show is say, listen, you know, we can make it so that we have home detention, home confinement. We restrict his access to phones and communications. We have 24/7 security monitoring. We can create a means to show that there's compliance and work with prosecutors. They really need to convince the court that they can create an environment where he's not going to be a flight risk and he's not going to tamper with witnesses. So if they can do that, and they should be able to do that, you know, by imposing these very, you know, restrictive conditions. But that's really what it's going to come down to.
So Trey, how damning is the overall case right now against Diddy? And what do you think is the biggest potential, you know, winning piece or pieces of evidence for the prosecution?
Well, listen, I think it's a compelling case. And the reason is you just have witness after witness, victim after victim, and all of these civil cases and the criminal indictment. You know, there's a consistency with people's testimony of what he did and what happened. And when you have numerous people that are discussing and describing the same type of details, it tends to give some credibility to the case. So, you know, it seems to be a compelling case. And what his lawyers need to do is take it brick by brick, witness by witness. They need to challenge the credibility. They need to challenge the memory. They need to just take every piece of this and challenge it and to dismantle this really compelling fortress that the prosecution seems to be bringing.
You know, and last question here for you, Trey. What is the best strategy for the defense, and how likely do you think it is that Combs will ever again be a free man?
Well, I think for the defense, I mean, they're not really going to be able to deny that these parties happened, but they have to focus on the fact that they were consensual, that everybody that was there knew what was happening, wanted to be a part of it. There was nothing nefarious that happened. And that's really where the defense is. That being said, you know, it's a tough hill to climb. You know, there seems to be a lot of evidence. Diddy's going to have a tough road. It's very likely that he may spend the rest of his life in prison.
All right, Trey Lovell, thank you so much.
He needs to. Diddy needs to spend the rest of his life in prison if all these allegations are true. Okay, please pay attention. Now, as I was saying, Desmond's talking about he did a sacrifice and all this and that. Let me tell you something with a bird. Okay, let's go back to this video right here. Please pay attention. I mean, I keep telling y'all you heard it here first, okay? Y'all need to pay attention. Don't come back and telling me something that I already said, okay? Please pay attention. Now, I'm not saying everybody's copying my talking points, but I'm just saying I say stuff first most of the time, period. Now, here it is right here. Now, listen to this, because I told you all the name of this video is J-Lo's ex says he saw blood rituals and sacrifices, blames Diddy for divorce. Diddy files a new motion. Okay, now, sacrifices performed by some adherents of Santeria might strike a few people as shocking. It's long been a part of many of these worldly religions. And as for other instances rumored in the stories, such as burying a wedding gown to rid yourself of bad feelings over the end of a marriage, this is all crazy. This has also been done. I don't know if they're saying J-Lo did that, so don't get me to lying, but that's what they say. Something about a wedding dress being buried after the wedding was over. Now, this man, Ojani Noah, he said that he saw J-Lo doing this ritual to try to save their marriage. Okay, Ojani Noah married Jennifer Lopez in February of 1997, but claims that J-Lo cheated on him with P. Diddy. This is from an old article. Cheated on him with P. Diddy and Miami club owner Chris Paciello. Desperate to save their marriage, he visited the LA home of a Santeria guru with J-Lo. Oh, this is what he says. Now, on a recent appearance on the Spanish language show Frank Cairo, Sin Libreto, Noah confided that at the end of the 1990s, he says, my black magic godmother, who is now J-Lo's spiritual leader, was protecting me, taking care of me, helping me, and guiding me like a son. We participated together in sacrifices of chickens, hens, and in one occasion, I was present when they were cleansing Jennifer with the blood of a hen. Now, the hen's blood was poured all over Jennifer until she was covered in it. Okay, I rest my case. I rest my case. So please don't come telling me about no damn bird sacrifices, because that's literally what I said. Chickens and hens are birds. Okay, please pay attention. Just different kinds of birds than the one Diddy used. But nonetheless, I talked about J-Lo doing sacrifices, Santeria, and voodoo. And I told you all that she's the one that allegedly got Diddy into voodoo. Now, here's in that video I did probably over a month ago. And I know it was over a month ago because here's another video that I did a month ago, talking about the same thing. Please pay attention. Y'all see this? Look at the timestamp. 1 month ago, okay? Insider says Diddy gets possessed by Haitian deity who protects men who like men. But in this same video, I was telling y'all about Diddy doing voodoo. So if you do voodoo, it would be safe to assume that, of course, you do sacrifices. So that's nothing new. All right? That's all I'm saying. But let's continue. I just have to prove my point, son, because y'all gonna sit down somewhere, come and telling me what somebody else said when I know darn well I already told you that first. Now let's continue. And here's another thing too. Here's another thing Big Gene said, but I said this first too. Let's get into it. So November the 18th, will Donald Trump pardon Diddy? Former employee weighs in, and the former employee is Gene Deal. A former employee of Sean Diddy Combs has just cast doubt on recent rumblings that President-elect Donald Trump will consider pardoning the music mogul once he gets into office. Bad Boy Records founder Combs was arrested and charged on September the 16th in a 3-count indictment with racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. He has pleaded not guilty. Now, goes on to say that Combs' spokespeople have repeatedly pointed Newsweek to the following statement, saying, "We live in a world where anyone can file a lawsuit for any reason and without any proof. Fortunately, a fair and impartial judicial process exists to find the truth, and Mr. Combs is confident he will prevail against these and other baseless claims." Now, hold on. Let me skip down because I want to read all this. Here it goes right here. Gene Deal, who served as a bodyguard. Now, he done made it all the way to Newsweek with something I clearly said first, but let's get into it. Gene Deal, who served as a bodyguard for Combs in the 1990s when the star was known as Puff Daddy, has expressed doubts that Trump will take any such action on behalf of the hip-hop musician, given his past criticism. Now, here's what they said before that. I forgot this part. Okay, in the several weeks since Combs has been placed in custody ahead of his May 2025 trial date, Trump has won the presidential election, giving him a second term in the White House. As the U.S. anticipates Trump's return to power from January, speculation has already mounted over whether the Republican will pardon Combs. Gene Deal, who served as bodyguard for Combs in the 1990s, when the star was known as Puff Daddy, has expressed doubts that Trump will take any such action on behalf of the hip-hop musician, given his past criticisms of the one-time real estate mogul. During a recent appearance on hip-hop interview channel Art of the Dialogue, Deal said that Combs wasn't even good with Trump he wasn't even good with Trump like that anymore, and that he was going against Donald Trump. So basically saying that Diddy wasn't going to get a pardon from Trump because they had fallen out and Diddy was no longer good with him. I'm sorry. Now, he said that about 2 days ago. No, that was Friday when that video came out because somebody sent it to me. And they was like, "Queen, I'm sorry, but didn't you just do a whole video about this days ago?" So please pay attention. Hold on, because let me just pull that receipt up. Hold on, let me just pull that up. Okay, sorry to waste y'all's time, honey, but y'all know how I do. Likes up, everyone, please. A like and share. Okay, here we go. There it is. Everyone, please hit that like button. Thank you in advance. Hold on, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Hold on. Oh, I know when I did it because the election was on the 5th. So I would probably have done this like here it is right here. Here it is right here. And I want y'all to pay attention because I did this video, I believe the day after the election. Okay. Yeah, it says 11 days ago. Perez Hilton says Trump will free Diddy. Okay. That was the story right there. Perez Hilton says Trump will free Diddy. That's the title of the video. And on the thumbnail, I said Perez Hilton says Trump will pardon Diddy. Here's why he won't. Okay, I just want y'all to pay attention because y'all gonna stop playing with the queen, honey. Now, let me just pull this up real quick. I'm sorry, say what? Here we go. Hold on.
Elected again. And also this light makeup filter is everything. I wish I looked like this all the time. I mean, I think I like how I look.
Okay, let's continue because a whole lot of people think that Trump's going to pardon Diddy.
And I made a mistake.
Will ever get released. I don't think we're ever going to see those. Okay, so likes up, everyone, please like and share. Now, this is what a lawyer for Epstein's victims had to.
Was rumored legal troubles.
I don't know the timestamp, so I'm not going to keep going through this and torturing you all, but I just want to prove my points, okay? At the end of the day, I said in that video, I even did a TikTok about it, that the reason Trump's not going to pardon Diddy's arse is because Diddy talked trash about him. And I said, y'all know how Trump is always talking trash and how he's always getting revenge on people. Trump defended Diddy when he was on that show, The Apprentice, and what's that girl's name? Aubrey O'Day. She said she didn't want to speak on Diddy when Trump said he's a nice guy, right? Did you like working for him? She's like, I'd rather not say. Y'all remember that? Once in the chat if y'all remember that. Once in the chat if you guys remember that. I know y'all remember, right? Hey, broken silence, beloved. Terry Hill said he used your catchword, queen. Yeah, he did, didn't he? Talking about nefarious. Okay, please pay attention. Okay, so with that all being said, all I'm saying is, see everybody putting ones, because y'all know darn well that I said, because everybody else was saying, oh, Trump's going to pardon Diddy, because people know that Trump was at some of those parties allegedly, and that him and Diddy were friends. But I told y'all, no, he's not, because Trump don't forget anything. And I showed you all the video, even did a TikTok about it, where Trump was talking nice about Diddy, saying that he's a good guy, he's a good friend of mine. I'm gonna stick up for him. And then in 2020, Diddy sits down for an interview with Charlemagne the Devil, and he's talking trash about Trump and calling him racist. Now, not to say what Diddy said wasn't true, but at the end of the day, you know how Trump is. So I said he's definitely not gonna pardon him. So I just want y'all to pay attention, okay? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And also, let us not forget that I'm the one, and I have a video with the timestamp at the title. I told you all that Diddy was going to be arrested mid to late September. And I told you why. Because I said once the grand jury is impaneled, it's usually about 90 to 120 days before the person gets indicted and arrested. And I said, so that puts it right around mid to late September. Not to mention, I also had a dream about it. When did Diddy get arrested? September the 16th. And right after I said that, days later, Gene Deal, who clearly saw my video, because he had initially said Diddy would get arrested in August. He goes on one of those podcasts, Art of the Deal or Art of the Dialogue or that other one, and says exactly what I already said. Okay, I just want y'all to pay attention, honey, because these people who have these bigger platforms or go on bigger platforms be using my talking points, some of them specifically. Okay, and I don't care if they get mad because I'm calling them out because they know darn well they follow my commentary and then go repeat what I already said as if they came up with it. I mean, you could at least shout the queen out. You can at least shout the queen out, but people are out here cloud chasing. Okay. Thank you, Terry. He says you did. Well, y'all know I did, honey. I got the timestamps to prove it. All we gotta do is go to the timestamps. Okay. That's all I'm saying. But let me continue, honey, because y'all got me all off track. Y'all got me all off track and clearly being petty, which I said I was going to try to stop doing, but it's hard. Okay. So now let's talk about it because here's what an attorney had to say about Diddy. Oh no, before we get to that, let's talk about this because they said Diddy is fighting back, honey. Okay, he's coming out swinging after the feds took his receipts. All right, and this is old news for me because I reported this to y'all about maybe a week or two ago about them taking his stuff. Like I told you, and they said he needed a laptop. But now they come out today saying exclusive. Diddy fights back after feds confiscate his notes. Diddy needs to sit down somewhere. That's what he needs to do. So Diddy's fighting back after a BOP sweep at the MDC prison resulted in his notes being confiscated from his prison cell with incriminating evidence. Sean Diddy Combs is fighting tooth and nail against the government. Not tooth and nail. Diddy, please sit down somewhere. Leveling accusations that prosecutors are using his private writings against him, a move his defense calls an outrageous violation of his constitutional rights. Attorneys for Diddy are seeking an emergency evidentiary hearing alleging that notes seized from his jail cell on October the 28th in a raid at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn were not only wrongfully taken, but are now being used against him. So this search and seizure, this is what they say. This search and seizure is in violation of Mr. Combs's Fourth, Fifth, and Sixth Amendment rights. Moreover, the targeted seizure of a pretrial detainee's work and product and privileged materials. Okay, this created in preparation for trial is outrageous. This is outrageous government conduct amounting to a substantive due process violation. This is what Mark Agnifilo says. The drama unfolded during a multi-agency sweep aimed at rooting out contraband across federal correctional facilities, specifically targeting illicit substances, weapons, and electronic devices. The week-long operation, which occurred at the Brooklyn jail where Diddy's being held, was part of an interagency effort by federal and state law enforcement agencies to enhance safety around the Bureau of Prisons. Sure it was. They weren't trying to make anything safe as far as I'm concerned, and I told y'all that from day one. They said the sweep was pre-planned and not initiated in response to any particular threat. Now, during this comprehensive search, notes belonging to Diddy were discovered in his cell. Prosecutors acknowledged recovering materials that possibly contained privileged information, but stated the seized papers were reviewed by a separate filter team before being examined by trial prosecutors. However, Diddy's defense asserts that these notes were confidential communications for his legal team, including defense strategies and potential witness information. They say this is a matter of grave concern that most respectfully must be addressed immediately. The defense had never seen or never been told that Mr. Combs' notes were taken from his cell. I didn't know that either because when they in fact reported this or when I read about this in the first filings or whatever, they just said that they were disorganized, like they got them out of order or whatever. Okay. And I thought maybe he just had trouble putting them back in the correct chronological order. But now they're saying that they actually took them. So goes on to say they were never told that these things were taken from his cell, that these notes were given to the U.S. Attorney's Office, and these notes were then given to trial prosecutors in the case, who then used this material in a filing to keep Mr. Combs detained. Now, Agnifilo was referring to the government's allegations that the notes contained damning evidence, including information claiming that Diddy paid off Kina Harper to release a favorable statement after fellow Dirty Money member Don Richard sued the disgraced mogul. Diddy's legal team argues that law enforcement overstepped boundaries when they seized and handed these notes to the U.S. Attorney's Office. Agnifilo emphasized that the defense had not been informed about the seizure until the government used the documents to oppose Diddy's bail request just minutes before midnight on November the 15th. The trial team's access to these materials, which allegedly detail critical aspects of his defense, has caused an uproar with the defense camp. Agnifilo called for an immediate hearing, asking for a full accounting of the materials taken, the sequence of decisions leading to their use in court, and who made those choices. Now, Diddy is accused of several crimes allegedly committed between 2008 and present. The mogul was arrested. Okay, we know the rest. But here's the thing, though. First of all, Diddy's a damn fool for writing that stuff down. Does he not know how jail works? Does he not know how jail works? That's just dumb. True Brown said Diddy's sinking his own ship. Exactly. What an idiot. First of all, if you paid off a witness, why would you write that down anywhere? Why would you write that down anywhere? Make that make sense. I'm sorry. The defense team cannot be mad at the feds, nor can they be mad at the people who searched Diddy's cell. Because here's the thing. When they perform these searches at prisons, which they often do, and anything they confiscate, you don't have any control over as the inmate. You have no control over what they do for it. And if you did something that was in fact illegal or anything that could be considered obstruction, and you wrote it down to leave evidence, a trail of breadcrumbs back to your criminal activity, how dumb are you? Diddy needs to stay in jail for being stupid. He needs to stay in jail for being stupid. And here's the thing. They're trying to do anything they can to make sure he doesn't get bail. I told you, I did not tell you all weeks ago that they were monitoring Diddy's calls and keeping tabs on him. And that's why they don't want his behind to get out, because they want Diddy to break so they can get him to finally tell them once and for all, where's that damn footage? Because they got some freak-off footage. But the freak-off footage they have, as I already told you, remember you heard it here first, is the kind that doesn't prove that there was anything non-consensual done. They reported it to the Post. One of the agents anonymously said that we know we have video footage of him having extra relations and even watching other people have relations, but we don't know if it was consensual or not. So that leads me to believe and suspect that they don't have the footage, if there exists such footage, of people being drugged. Okay? So I think this is what they want. And they definitely want anything that could possibly have some wealthy, elite, older white men like Clive Davis, Lucian Grange, okay, Ronald Burkle, and any of those type of people. They want that footage so it can disappear. That's my opinion. This is all alleged, mind you. So I'm sorry, Diddy is a fool. Okay? I'm sorry. Please make it all make sense. Why would you write it down? Honey, anything that I needed to have in my brain, anything I needed to know or remember that my attorneys were consorting with me about as I'm preparing for a trial, it would have been up here. I'm not writing anything down. True Brown said he's cracking. He is going to crack pretty soon, honey. I don't know what's going on with Diddy. At this point, Diddy's getting desperate. He's doing anything and stopping at nothing. First of all, you're using your children as pawns. That's bad enough. I mean, the boys, okay, that's one thing. I expect them to try to be down with Diddy, because at the end of the day, they're probably crooks too. Let's not forget that Christian King Combs has already been accused of sexual assault himself. He has a case that he needs to be worried about, more so than worried about Diddy's and putting up these little, these little videos trying to make it look like he's all such the family guy and all this stuff. Thank you, DSB Beloved, for gifting another membership to the channel. Peace, love, and blessings. Okay, Pencil Lola said he is diabolical. He absolutely is. He absolutely is. He's a diabolical idiot. Just like you said, huh? This is all crazy. Imuna said his brains is smoked. He's lucid. Just anticipate that Diddy doesn't care about his kids. No, he doesn't. Diddy doesn't care about anyone but himself. I mean, at the end of the day, if he cared so much about those kids, would he really have been engaging in all of these alleged nefarious and heinous activities that could get him put exactly where he is? This is all sad, honey, but Diddy's going to get what's coming to him, is all I got to say. He's going to get exactly what's coming to him. And guess what? He's giving them the shovel to dig the hole for himself. He's literally giving the feds the shovel. How stupid can one be? How stupid can one be? Now, let's go to these this video where they're talking about this victim of Diddy's who was forced to give her name. The judge said that he was going to drop the case or dismiss the case. Now, I'm going to put an overlay on this. This is all crazy. Terry Harper said, it's the Diddy's withdrawals, brain fried eggs. Okay. Miss Owen said, teach that truth, Queen. Thank you, beloved. I mean, I'm sorry. This is just some of the dumbest stuff that I have ever heard. This is ridiculous. Diddy is doing the most idiotic things ever. He really is. Writing down notes that you paid somebody, like, dude, that's bribery. That's witness tampering.
Of Sean Diddy Combs's many accusers must disclose her identity, or else her case will be dismissed. So she complied with the judge's order and refiled her suit against the embattled music mogul using her real name. The ruling came down last month when a federal judge wrote in her ruling, there's a fundamental question as to whether the Jane Doe accuser has substantial privacy interest that outweighs the customary and constitutionally embedded presumption of openness in judicial proceedings. The judge said because Jane Doe filed her suit accusing a famous person of engaging in heinous conduct 20 years ago, the defendant has the right to defend themselves, and the people have a right to know who is using their court. The attorney who filed the suit on behalf of their client was Tony Buzbee, a high-powered Texas-based attorney who's brought a number of lawsuits against Combs since he's been behind bars in September. Buzbee at the time said he had a great respect for the court and its ruling. In a statement, he said, quote, our job as counsel for these victims is to protect their safety the best way we can, which is what we're trying to do by filing the cases anonymously. Anonymous or not, this case will proceed, period. The judge ruled Doe must file the lawsuit under her own name by November 13th, or the suit will be dismissed. And just a day before that deadline, the lawsuit was refiled. Now Jane Doe is plaintiff Candace McCrary. She alleges she received an invite to Combs' photo shoot in 2004 when she was 19 years old. According to the suit, she was flattered and excited to receive an invite from someone like Combs. So she went with her friend to the event and learned it was a photo shoot for DeBand, a music group Combs signed to his Bad Boy Entertainment label. According to the lawsuit, McCrary and her friend were then invited to an after party by Combs' business associates, but before the party, she met Combs during the photo shoot, and he allegedly told her and her friend to come to his hotel first for a more exclusive party. So they went and were taken to a Marriott hotel in Manhattan by a member of Combs' entourage. McCrary claims when she arrived to the hotel suite, at first she noticed about a dozen people there having drinks and listening to music in a relaxed party environment. But when she attempted to mingle with other party guests, McCrary and her friend were grabbed and taken to a separate room off from the main party. There's so much to unpack with the many lawsuits that involve Sean Diddy Combs, and part of the reason we're able to keep bringing you these stories is because of our great sponsors like Upside.
I want you all to pay attention. This is another one of Tony Buzbee's clients, supposedly, and saying that Diddy invited them to a party, but then told them to come to his hotel first. Honey, I'm not going anywhere in nobody's hotel, honey. Okay? I'm not going anywhere to nobody's hotel. What kind of party are we having there? Okay, please make it all make sense. Did y'all hear that? And so now this is the young lady. Muna said pretty soon he'll be hosting a hellfire party at the Lake of Fire. Okay, this is all a sad story, okay, at the end of the day. Mm. Hold on, let me play some more in case you all missed it, because here's the thing. Diddy told them to come to the hotel first and then got freaky, supposedly, and started doing what, like I said, I don't know if all these allegations are true, but a lot of them sound very much scandalous. I'll say that much. And Diddy probably did most of the stuff that he's accused of, in my opinion. I mean, it's been 30 years. I'm not surprised he has all of these clients, but some of these people who are not just going to court, I'm talking about the people that are going around doing these YouTube videos. Some of these people are lying and clout chasing. I'm talking about some of these people going around doing interviews is just straight up lying.
Once McCrary and her friend got to the bedroom, the security guard left the room and locked the door, leaving the two alone in the room with Combs. McCrary alleges Combs gave her and her friend drinks and instructed them to take cocaine he had prepared on the coffee table. But McCrary says she didn't want to do the cocaine, and Combs gradually became more aggressive and eventually began forcibly touching them without consent. According to the suit, when they resisted, Combs ordered McCrary's friend to perform oral sex on him, or else he would have them both killed. McCrary says her friend complied as she begged the mogul to let them leave. He allegedly didn't, and Combs, according to the lawsuit, forced McCrary to take her clothes off. And once she was undressed, the mogul allegedly forced himself on her and began to sexually assault her. The suit claims Combs fondled, molested, and ultimately raped McCrary while she begged him to stop. McCrary says the door opened and the security guard from earlier rushed in to ask if everything was all right. When that happened, her friend rushed out of the door, but McCrary couldn't move because Combs was allegedly still on top of her. The suit says Combs got off of her to talk to the security guard, and he left the room, but told her to stay put, otherwise she would be killed. The filing says after about half an hour of sitting in the dark room by herself, another security guard came and told her she could leave. So she got her things and left the hotel and called a taxi back to her dorm in downtown Brooklyn. Since his arrest in September, he's also pleaded not guilty to charges including.
Okay, I think I've heard just about enough of this low down dirty devil. Okay, did y'all hear that? Says she better not move or else she'll be killed. Ooh, honey. And he probably did just that. Terry here said, Queen, you would be a great detective. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. And thanks for your contribution to the channel. Peace, love, and blessings, honey. I should be a detective, huh? That should be my side hustle. I should open my own private eye detective agency. Please pay attention. I just might do it, you guys. I just might do it. Hold on. This is all crazy. So Diddy's sitting there threatening people with death. Now, let me tell you something. Didn't somebody else say Diddy threatened to kill them too? Remember the guy that worked for Echo? When Diddy took him to the back there in the stock room, him and the two or three big buff guards he had, and they had guns on their waists. And didn't they threaten to kill him too? See, this is why I believe he did it. Yvonne said, I would hire you. Thank you, beloved. Your money would be well spent. I assure you. Okay. Anybody need me to investigate something? Let the queen know. Okay. Let the queen know. I got to come up with a PI name, though. Hold on. Please pay attention. Now, with that all being said, hold on. I got one more video about Diddy. Then we got to talk about Candace Owens and Beyonce's mom. Let's hear what this attorney says about Diddy's third bail request. See if he thinks he's going to get it or not. My aunt Egypt said, Queen Ahmadiyyah, independent spy. Okay. Andrea said, Queen, if there's anything lower than the devil, it's the diddler. Oh, honey, I agree. Okay, Diddy's probably the Antichrist, honey. Please pay attention. Imana says, Imuna says, you need to get on the presidential ballot waiting. Thank you, beloved. Truth Brown said, Queen for president. Don't y'all boost me up because y'all will look up in 2028 and I'll definitely be on there. Okay. Lord, honey, y'all know I don't need to get on there because they're going to dig up all the skeletons, honey. All the times I talk trash online, all the times I went in on people. I don't care because guess what? I'm still running anyway because if Trump can get up there and be a whole convicted felon with 34 charges, and you mean to tell me I can? Oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to run for president. Thank y'all for the encouragement, okay? Please pay attention. This is all so crazy. So let's talk about it because Juju said, yes, you should be Queen President 2028. Okay. Now let me get my overlay. I want to hear what this attorney has to say about Diddy's third bail hearing. At the end of the day, Diddy is never going to get bail. He's just not. He has done too much damage to himself. And at this stage of the game, Diddy honestly cannot be mad at any of the accusers because he has brought a lot of this stuff on himself. I want you all to think about him and his attorneys. First of all, his attorneys are ridiculous to sit there and even suggest, as they did weeks ago, and then even more recently, about a week ago, when they were trying to imply that Cassie was basically consensual with the stuff that was going on with the fighting, when Diddy was beating her upside the head and all that stuff. And let's not forget those leaked text messages. You all remember those nefarious text messages where poor Cassie was talking about how she had knots upside her head and all that? Do you all remember when I read you all that stuff? Because that stuff came back up the other day. And I'm like, wait a minute, we already talked about this like almost a year ago. Do y'all remember that? The leaked text messages from Cassie where she was telling Diddy that he wants to act like he's God or whatever. And then she said she had a busted lip, knots upside her head, and all this stuff. Diddy's just low down. And it's just all so sad. And then some people had the nerve to act like Cassie got what she deserved. Nah, nobody deserves that. But let's continue.
The third time is a charm as it relates to him getting out on bail. He's got another bail hearing coming up on Friday, and prosecutors are arguing that he does not have a right to get out, that the judge should deny him bail, and obviously the defense they're arguing that he should get out. And so we're going to look at the arguments on both sides, and in the end, I'll give you my opinion on how I see this thing playing out. But let me know your thoughts. Do you think that the government is correct in saying that he should remain in custody until he has trial, or is his detention a violation of his constitutional rights and he should be out? I mean, at the end of the day, he is presumed innocent, right? He's innocent unless and until he's proven guilty. And so therefore he should be out. Well, we're going to see. So the defense, in saying that he should be released, has put together yet another relatively robust bail package. I mean, this is something that the average person would not obviously be able to do. We got the $50 million that's backed by $48 million in equity from one of his properties. He's proposing 24/7, so round-the-clock security, private security that's going to be paid for by him, right? So it's not going to be.
I'm going to fast forward.
She's bringing up
$453,000 in a single
allegations for the very first time. What they're trying to say is that, hey, we need to question the legitimacy of these claims, because if they were legitimate, why didn't she raise them back then? And it's an interesting argument. And all of those are bad things, but at the end of the day, there was no sex trafficking. And that's what this defense is based on. At the end of the day, while we've seen that CNN tape, at the end of the day, this is not a domestic violence case. And so, yeah, there is some relevance to that.
All right, sir, I think I've heard enough. I think I've heard just about enough. So he's basically saying, that the video shouldn't play into whether or not they give Diddy bail. But here's the thing. They don't even need the video. They don't even need to mention the video when they're opposing bail for this fool. Because this idiot has been sitting here paying some dude. I don't even know who this dude is because the name is not in there. It just says witness 1 and witness 2. Or victim 1 and victim 2. Which Diddy is arguing that the man's not a victim. That remains to be seen. But been paying this man a stipend just about every month. Okay, and then was not even trying to get in touch with the man, was pretty much ghosting the man from 2022 to 2024. Then after the man, if he finds out the man spoken to the grand jury, now, let's be friends again, and now you're sending this man money allegedly. And then Kina Harper, we already know how that played out. We already know. And remember, I told you guys when Kina came out right after Dawn Richard's lawsuit, and she came out and said something about, I never saw any of that and this and that, act like it was all gravy. I told y'all then, I said, I wonder if Diddy paid her. Because why would she be saying all of that? Even if he didn't do anything to her, doesn't mean that he didn't do anything to Dawn Richard or Cassie or anyone else. So why would she come out and say that? I told y'all that I felt like he had paid her then. And clearly now they have the receipts because this idiot was dumb enough to write it all down. Diddy, keep digging a hole for yourself. Okay, let me know when you're done so I can come put the rest right over you and then put the nail in your coffin. That's how stupid can one be? Now, with that all being said, let's go back to those text messages because I just went and dug them up. I had them in my old email. Okay, or in my email. If you all remember, because this is the thing that really looks so unfavorably for Diddy and his entire legal team when they have the nerve to try to act like Cassie she brought this on herself, saying that, this was a toxic relationship, consensual toxic relationship. Was it consensual when he was pulling her hair, dragging her down the hall, like I told you guys the other day? But here's the thing. The leaked text messages and the surveillance footage revealed disturbing details of alleged physical abuse by Sean Diddy Combs towards his former partner, Cassie. Now, let's just review those text messages for those of you who forgot. Recently leaked text messages between Cassie and R&B artist or Cassie, the R&B artist and former partner of Sean Diddy Combs, have unveiled harrowing details about the 2016 incident and their turbulent relationship. The messages depict a pattern of alleged physical abuse, including an incident that left Cassie with visible injuries. So why would his attorneys be trying to act like this was just all something they always did? Because even if you are in a relationship that's toxic, and even if you do get into physical altercations, okay, not alterations like I heard someone say, but I digress. But even if you do get into physical altercations, that doesn't mean that you were consensual. That doesn't mean that it was warranted. This is a woman and this is a man. He has no business. And we already saw Cassie wasn't even trying to fight him back. So I'm pretty sure that's how it always went. Okay, I'm pretty sure behind closed doors, when Diddy was whipping up on her, that's how it always went, that she didn't fight back. The only one that we ever heard of who would fight him back was Kim Porter. Now, goes on to say that these leaked text messages, here's what they said. Cassie says, I have a black eye and fat lip. You always want to show me that you have the power and knock me around. Okay, this is what she said. Further text messages detail the chilling aftermath of an assault, where she says, you dragged me down the hall by my hair. I have bleeding cuts. You hit me in the head 2 good times. This is all sad and so nefarious. When you get effed up the wrong way, you always want to show me that you have the power and you knock me around. I'm not a rag doll. I'm somebody's child. I'm sorry, this is hard to even read. So here's my thing. I understand that Diddy's attorneys are trying to do what's best for him and trying to defend him, but please don't sit there and try to victimize the victims even further. And please don't sit there and try to act like somebody who was brutally assaulted, from what we all saw, like that was her own darn fault and like she was complicit in it, and like this is something that she always just got involved in with Diddy. Okay, please make it all make sense, because all that video showed to me is that this is the reason Cassie was with him for 10 years off and on. Because when she would try to leave, according to people who work for Diddy, then he would go and get people to drag her right back, or he would go and get her himself. And he would hold things over her head, like those videos that he had of her at those freak-offs that he recorded. And even when she deleted them, what did she say? That he would let her know that he still had them. Okay? Diddy is the devil. At the end of the day, Diddy is a devil. And quite frankly, I hope he never gets bail. He's a sit his ass right there where he is. Okay? I'm sorry, what? Still out here trying to obstruct the law, paying off witnesses, harassing and intimidating people, using your kids for pawns. How low can you go? Okay, how low can you go? I don't think you can go much lower than that, as far as I'm concerned. Got sweet little love sitting up there saying she loves you, daddy, and trying to eat the cake and all that. It was all so sad. Diddy is a devil. He's a devil. Aqua Girl Rising said then he would threaten her and her music career. Exactly. And look what happened to her music career. Non-existent. Okay, Diddy has ruined many people's lives. And let us not forget that I absolutely believe that he has something to do with the death and murder of Tupac. So I hope he rots in piss. Okay, don't let the devil out. Don't let him out. He doesn't need it. Why are they even going to have a bail hearing? Just cancel it. There's no need to waste the court's time, as far as I'm concerned. Now, with that all been said, let's talk about it, honey, because Candace Owens and Tina Knowles is at her beefing in the streets, honey, like they in the hood somewhere. And Candace did a video about it today. I saw it. I didn't get to watch her video yet, but it said black on black violence. Black on black violence, honey. Let me just let you all see the TikTok that this young man did about it, because I was cracking up. It was all so crazy. God darn it, I forgot to upload the damn TikTok. Hold on. Oh. Did y'all hear about this? Once in the chat if you heard about it. Once in the chat if you all heard about this, because I find it all so crazy. The end of the day, Candace, y'all know why this all started, right? Because Candace has been alleging, as some other people have too, like the Daily Mail and others, other news outlets have reported this, but for some reason, Tina Knowles decided to come for Candace, honey. And so now it just turned into a whole debacle. Turned into a whole big deal, because she's basically saying that Candace was alleging that Kamala paid Beyoncé $10 million to get up there and speak for her during her campaign. defending her daughter. But I'm gonna tell you all like this. I don't know who's lying. I don't know. Some of these people do pay these celebrities. Some people do pay these celebrities to come out, campaign for them or whatever. Because I'm pretty sure Donald Trump paid Lee Greenwood to get up there and sing that song. And then let's not forget that I reported to you guys that Donald Trump offered 50 Cent $3 million. And 50 Cent said, no, he's scared of politics. Now, that's according to 50 Cent. Okay, that's alleged, but that's what 50 Cent said, that Donald Trump offered him $3 million. And he said he wasn't going to do it because he's afraid of politics. So let me just tell you all what it says. Tina Knowles addresses claim that Beyoncé was paid $10 million to speak at Kamala Harris's rally. Okay, now hold on. I gotta show you all the visual real quick. Hold on. Let me start this video upload first. Okay, so here's what they say. Now I want you all to pay attention to this. I'm gonna show this again. I'm gonna show this again. Because first of all, like I said, these people do pay. I don't know if she paid Beyonce $10 million, but we all know that Donald Trump offered 50 Cent $3 million. Y'all remember this right here? Who was with that suit Kelly had on? Looking all crazy. What was that even about? Looking like the Joker or Beetlejuice. But I digress. Clearly pushing agendas is all I'm saying. But let me continue. So here's what it says. Okay, the Formation singer's mother, Tina Knowles, shut down rumors that her daughter was paid $10 million to speak at a Kamala Harris rally in her hometown of Houston, October the 25th. The 70-year-old shared a screenshot of a post from Candace Owens' show that had been flagged on Instagram as fake news and taken down on her Instagram page. Yeah, they took down Candace's post. Now, y'all know how Candace is, and she was clearly pressed when she realized they took down her darn post. Okay, it's called false information, she wrote. Sadly, other platforms with a lack of integrity still have it up. The matriarch, who shares the Love on Top hitmaker and younger daughter Solange Knowles with ex Matthew Knowles, went on to explain that the post in question was about the allegation that Beyonce received a 7-figure payment at the rally, saying the lie is that Beyonce was paid $10 million to speak at a rally in Houston for Vice President Kamala Harris, when in fact Beyonce did not receive a penny for speaking at the presidential candidate, speaking for the presidential candidate or Vice President Harris. Okay, said she didn't charge anything. Now, in fact, she actually paid for her own flight for her and her team and Total Glam. They're not only lying and disrespecting Beyonce's name, but they're trying to further discredit the power of our vice president. Tina went on to ask, when does the lies and rumors stop? Of course, you won't see this in the news. John Legend, who appeared alongside Bruce Springsteen at the Harris rally in Philadelphia, October 28th, backed up the House of Darion founder in the comments of her post, saying, let them know, Miss Tina, we all performed appear for free because we care about our nation's future. Okay, well, this will be the first time in history because they usually get paid. Now, Beyonce wasn't the only celebrity to be accused of receiving a fee for appearing at one of the vice president's rallies either. You know when this is all going to come out, I'm going to tell y'all something. We don't even have to debate it. Candace could be just giving false information. She could be, but you know what? It's all going to come out in the wash because there is such a thing is when the documents will be shown, okay, about where those campaign funds went. That's when it's all going to come out in the wash. So Candace or Miss Tina Knowles is going to be looking real crazy. So anyway, Oprah also spoke out about similar rumors, shutting down reports that accused her of receiving $1 million for an appearance fee to attend the United Nations event alongside the vice president in Detroit in September, saying, usually I'm reluctant to respond to rumors in general, but these days I realize that if you don't stop a lie, it just gets bigger. Okay. This is what she said on Instagram, November the 11th. Said, I was not paid a dime. My time and energy was my way of supporting the campaign. Oprah probably didn't get paid. Oprah probably did charge. But these singers and rappers, they absolutely have They absolutely have been paid. Okay, that's a fact. We know that from the receipts in the past. So, like I said, if she did, this will be a first. Now, what I was wondering was how the hell Candace knew the exact amount since the information hasn't come out yet. But let's watch this TikTok where this guy is talking about it.
Knowles and Candace Owens getting into it was not on my Bigo card for 2024. Tina Knowles actually took to her Instagram platform to blast Candace Owens for posting fake news about Beyonce. Said that Candace Owens alluded to the fact that Beyonce was paid $10 million to attend Kamala Harris's Houston rally. Basically, in her post, Tina Knowles went on to say how the post was fake news and Beyonce had not received a dime for her appearance at Kamala Harris's rally. Tina went on to explain how Beyonce paid for her own flight as well as the flights for her team and her glam team. Tina went on to say not only are they lying and disrespecting Beyonce's name, but they are trying to further discredit the power of our vice president. When do the lies and rumors stop? Of course, you won't see it in the news. Now, we all know that Candace Owens was not going to pass up an opportunity to clap back. She saw that we posted this on Instagram. Foremost, Beyonce needs to stop posting from her burner account, and also this is not the flex she thinks it is. She went on to say how the story she posted had allegedly in it, and how the amount that Beyonce was paid was actually confirmed by multiple sources. But Beyonce and Kamala Harris answered the accusations with silence. She said that the fact that Beyonce opted to use her hyper-privileged connections at Instagram to have a post removed makes her a blubbering baby. She went on to say how people share false narratives about her all the time, but doesn't pick up the phone and call Mark Zuckerberg. She said sending your literal mama to defend you as opposed to just responding to journalists for answers is childish. Then she proceeded to start answering people's questions in the comments. Somebody said, y'all don't find this weird? Beyonce is grown AF. She says, yes, it's weird AF. Also limiting the comments while acting like a tough guy is extra pathetic. Went on to say how Beyonce sends her minions to speak to the peasants and we only hear from her when it's time to vote and wants black people in a certain formation. I'm so sick of it. Fat Black Barbie said, why not call out all the white publications who shared the same information about Beyonce? Why only come for Candace Owens? Candace saw this and said, I literally read a report from the Daily Mail and she decided to focus on me and leave out every other mainstream publication that reported on this. She will get called out on my show Monday. With responding to a person who was insisting that Beyonce was paid, saying rich people know how to hide money, they will break it up in payments, send it to a law firm. She got my attention because I just got done going through common genealogy and I got time to edit the financials. You guys, this entire situation is crazy. Like I previously stated, Tina Knowles and Candace Owens getting into it was not on my 2024 Bigo card, but I'm curious to know what y'all think about this. Let me know down in the comments, neighbors. Peace.
Okay, so what do y'all think, honey? I don't even care at the end of the day. This should be said, not a fat black Barbie. Honey, this is all nefarious at the end of the day. Please pay attention. Okay, like I said, I don't know how much she got paid, but I do know that it is pretty much common knowledge that they get paid for these performances. All right, they said Eminem got paid $3 million. I don't know how much anybody got paid. I'm just telling you what they were saying, and it was reported by numerous media outlets. So why not go in on them too if you're gonna go in on Candace? Okay, because Candace probably got it from those outlets like Daily Mail, etc. So anyway, goes on to say the internet's always messy. It is. But Candace Owens is messier. Well, she sure is. Tina Knowles recently jumped on Instagram to shut down rumors about the $10 million that was supposedly paid to Beyonce. Now, this has been flagged on Instagram as fake news and taken down. All right. So anyway, goes on to talk about what Miss Tina Knowles said. Foremost, Beyonce needs to stop posting from her burner account. See, that's the part that got me. And here's Candace's, let me just share this on the screen. Hold on. Somebody said, y'all are terrible. Deacon Jungle Cat Post said, where's the $20 million? I don't know her, but I'll tell you what, these celebrities that go and perform at these rallies, they absolutely have always been charging. Okay, that's just a known fact. Okay, here it is right here. Y'all see this? Candace just went all in. I don't even know why they started with Candace because you know how she is. Just like he said, she's not gonna waste the money. And then hold on. Let me read this last part. Sending your literal mama. Wow. Hold on. She said, people share untrue reports on me all the time. Do I call Mark Zuckerberg, sending your literal mama to defend you as opposed to just responding to journalists asking for answers? Okay, asking for answers like Cardi B did when I asked her is childish as F. Cardi answered immediately, and I included her response in my show. Beyonce has gotten so rich, she's acting stupid. I don't know. The Aqua Girl said she called her Mammy Tina. At the end of the day, the election's over with. Why are we still talking about this now? Whether she paid or not. Bottom line is, it wouldn't be any big deal to me if she did, because these people always be paying these celebrities. That's just a fact. Like I told y'all, they have been paying these people forever. And even when they use their songs and stuff, okay? Like I know Donald Trump, I know darn well Lee Greenwood is not sitting up there letting Donald Trump use his song every election cycle or every rally for free. They charge people for that stuff, okay? They charge people for this stuff. Now, Oprah probably wouldn't charge because Oprah is just a person who supports the Democratic Party. Okay? She just does that all the time. Now, could it have been money laundered, allegedly, says Imuna. I don't know. Sharon says Oprah realized all the lies coming out on her are true. What? Anita said Cardi B said she didn't get paid. Okay. Like I said, that's news to me because they usually do get paid. Maybe they didn't get paid this year. You know, maybe they did do it for free because they feel like it was a serious election and they need to get Kamala in there so Trump won't get in there. So maybe they did do it for free. I'm just speaking on the past instances. I don't know what went on this year, but I know in the past they have paid these people. And like I said, 50 Cent already exposed Trump and said Trump tried to pay him $3 million. Okay, so please pay attention. Now, with that all being said, have y'all found out what's going on with Joe Biden? Have y'all found out what's going on with Joe Biden? Did you all see Joe Biden walking aimlessly into the jungle? Now, I want you all to remember this. And the reason I'm bringing it up is this reason. Remember, I told you guys that Joe Biden, to me, I think Joe Biden is ill. And I told y'all he's supposed to be taking that trip to Africa or somewhere, right? Well, he went to the Amazon. He went over to the Amazon rainforest. And did y'all see? Joe Biden is in bad shape. Let me show you all the video before I roll up out of here because I don't know what's going on, but it's just looking real sad. Lights up, everyone, please like and share. This is all nefarious. Now, y'all need to tell me what's going on with Joe Biden because they just need, at this point, at this point, hold on. Joe Biden needs to just go ahead and hang up the reins. I told y'all they're gonna make Kamala president for this last few little days that he has left because this right here is further proof that Joe Biden needs to go and take that reservation for Shady Pines. Let me just show you all this. I'm not even trying to be funny. This is sad. Pay attention.
Made a major announcement regarding the war in Ukraine, which could have dire consequences for the world, before wandering off into the Amazon rainforest. Yes, the bizarre footage came as Joe Biden approved the use of long-range US-supplied missiles by Ukraine to get deeper into Russian territory. The Biden administration will allow Kiev use of ATACMS to strike Russia for the first time since the war began. The news emerged from the Biden administration as Joe Biden was in the Amazon rainforest on Sunday, announcing a multi-million-dollar plan to reforest the Amazon. The president took no questions about the bombshell Ukraine announcement during his press conference, instead bizarrely just walked off into the rainforest. And President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, appeared to threaten Russia.
The plan to strengthen Ukraine is the Victory Plan, which I presented to our partners. One of its key points is long-range capabilities for our army. Today, there's a lot of talk in the media about us receiving permission for respective actions. But strikes are not carried out with words. Such things are not announced. Missiles will speak for themselves. They certainly will.
Russian President Vladimir Putin then responded to the news, not mincing his words and threatening to use nuclear weapons in the war.
In the updated version of the document,
Aggression against Russia by any non-nuclear state, but with the support of a nuclear state, is proposed to be considered as their joint attack on Russia. Russia will also consider the possibility of using nuclear weapons when receiving reliable information about a massive launch of means of aerospace attack and their crossing of our state border. This includes strategic and tactical aircraft, as well as cruise missiles and drones, hypersonic and other delivery vehicles. Russia reserves the right to use nuclear weapons in case of aggression, including if the enemy, using conventional weapons, poses a critical threat.
He spoke about this possibility a few months ago, warning against the direct participation of NATO countries in the war.
Саму природу конфликта. Это будет означать, что страны НАТО, США, европейские страны воюют с Россией. А если это так, то, имея в виду изменение самой сути этого конфликта, мы будем принимать соответствующие решения, исходя из тех угроз, которые нам будут создаваться.
Online commentators are in uproar about Biden's aggressive move, particularly as he is at the end of his term. Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene said, on his way out of office, Joe Biden is dangerously trying to start World War III by authorizing Ukraine the use of US long-range missiles into Russia. Enough of this. It must stop. Incoming President Donald Trump warned against increasing conflict in the region.
We have never been closer to World War III than we are today under Joe Biden. A global conflict between nuclear-armed powers would mean death and destruction on a scale unmatched in human history. It would be nuclear Armageddon. Nothing is more important than avoiding that nightmare. We will avoid it, but we need new leadership. Every day this proxy battle in Ukraine continues, we risk global war. We must be absolutely clear that our objective is to immediately have a total cessation of hostilities. All shooting has to stop. This is the central issue. We need peace without delay.
The Ukraine ambassador to Australia remains optimistic and believes Trump's presidency will help end the war between Russia and Ukraine.
Vassal, what does Trump change in your view? Does his election bring mixed feelings for you, or do you think he will be good for Ukraine and ending the war?
We rely on American decisive leadership with the Trump administration. It's difficult to preempt what's going to be his policy on Ukraine, on Russia, on Europe, and on others' foreign policy. However, we try to be optimistic. His view of the world and his view to foreign affairs as peace through strength is something that we see aligned with other priorities, and we see that can help us end the war. It's difficult to speculate how that's going to be developing. However, we remain optimistic. And of course, President Zelensky congratulated President Trump. They had a good meeting on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly in September. And we'll see how it will be all shaping up.
What kind of car do you drive?
A 2022 Tesla Model Y. Why?
Okay, this is all crazy, y'all. Now above the drummer said orange Trump pansy. Hold on, because here's the thing. Hold on. So somebody said Biden may have had to pee. Honey, let me tell you something. That makes no sense. Now listen to this. This whole country is going to hell in a handbasket, okay? Because 5 days ago, remember when they were talking about all the controversy with Trump's picks? Did y'all know the man that Trump picked? Hold on, let me pull it up real quick. Now I want y'all to tell me how this makes sense. See, it's always amazing to me how people who look like me, if you are a convicted felon, you can barely get a job at McDonald's or Burger King. Okay? So you have somebody who's a convicted felon 34 times and they get to be president. But not only that, Trump's up here picking people for the cabinet that are clearly criminals too. Pay attention. Now, this dude, Mark Gaetz, Trump's pick for attorney general, had been a subject of an SEX trafficking investigation. Y'all make that make sense. One of Trump's most loyal foot soldiers has long denied the allegations. Federal officials ended their investigation last year without charging him. Now, here's the thing. Gaetz, a House member from Florida who has been one of Trump's most loyal foot soldiers on Capitol Hill, has long denied the allegations from February 15th, or as they were told on February 15th of 2023, that the Justice Department was ending. Okay, they said they were ending the investigation without charging him. They said, we have spoken with the DOJ and have been informed that they have concluded their investigation into Congressman Gaetz and or Gaetz, I hope I'm saying his name right, and allegations related to the SEX trafficking and obstruction of justice, and have determined not to bring any charges against him, according to his attorneys. Now, before he resigned from Congress after he became Trump's choice for Attorney General Wednesday, he remained under investigation by the bipartisan House Ethics Committee, which is looking into whether he engaged in sexual misconduct and illicit drug use. Now, so even though they didn't charge him for that, they still talking about him using drugs and having illicit drug use and other sexual misconduct. Now, NBC News reported in 2021 that federal investigators were looking into Gaetz, his travel to the Bahamas with women, and specifically whether those women were paid to travel for SEX, which could violate federal law, a law enforcement official, and other person familiar with the matter. At the time of reporting, a spokesperson for Gaetz said, Representative Gaetz has never paid for SEX, nor has he had SEX with an underage girl. When what began with blaring headlines about SEX trafficking has now turned into a general fishing exercise about vacations and consensual relationships with adults. Law enforcement sources have said the investigation originated from an inquiry into Joel Micah Greenberg, a one-time friend of Gaetz's and former tax commissioner in Seminole County, Florida. Greenberg pleaded guilty in May of 2021 to several crimes, including the SEX trafficking of a 17-year-old girl. Now, federal prosecutors in the summer of 2021 were also investigating whether Gaetz might have obstructed justice during a phone call with a witness in a potential SEX crimes probe. The obstruction probe, which stemmed from an inquiry about whether Gaetz had an improper relationship with a minor, was first reported by Politico, which cited two sources familiar in the case. A spokesperson for Gaetz, who has not been charged with any crime in the investigation and has reportedly or repeatedly denied any wrongdoing, scoffed at the time of the news of the obstruction inquiry, saying Congressman Gaetz pursues justice. He doesn't obstruct it. Okay, now after 2 months, there is not a single on-record accusation of misconduct, and now the story is changing yet again. So, also, the summer of 2021, the FBI seized or investigated the Justice Department, and the Justice Department secured the guilty plea of a man involved in a plot to shake down Gaetz's father, Don Gaetz, for $25 million. Stephen Alford, 62, of Fort Walton Beach, Florida, said he could help Gaetz, secure a presidential pardon. That's who they were talking about getting a pardon for, not Diddy. Please pay attention. Now, Alford said he could help free former FBI agents Robert Levinson from Iran for $25 million from Don Gaetz, and in exchange secure Matt Gaetz's pardon from the Biden administration, claiming he had access to Joe Biden. Now, Gaetz has said the allegations stemmed from the extortion plot. Gaetz told the House Ethics Committee in September that he has finished cooperating with the panel, which he said asked him for a list of adult sexual partners over the last 7 years. In a letter to the committee and later to reporters, Gaetz blasted the investigation as not the business of Congress, saying they're just nosy is what they are, and it's none of their business. Honey, this is about to be y'all's Attorney General, so what say you? What? Joy said presidential pardons are for sale? Well, it sounds like it. Deacon Jungle said 2024 is the Matrix Revolution. Okay. This is all nefarious. Laverne said we have to take care of each other. No empowerment is coming from them. Fat Boo said I need receipts. Let me tell y'all something. At the end of the day, this is all nefarious is all I'm saying. Because here's the thing. Now, whether these allegations against this man are true or not, I don't know. Because we don't have proof. They stopped the investigation, so we'll likely never get to it. But here's what I'm saying. Is whether they're true or not, had that been somebody of my skin tone, do you think it would matter? Do you think the folk up there on Capitol Hill would be saying that, well, he didn't do it, or the investigation was stalled, or they stopped the investigation? No, they wouldn't. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm trying to show y'all the disparities of it all. Okay? Pizzolola said, I'm scared. I'm not scared. They're all diabolical demons. Okay? Anyway, Fat Boo said nobody's going to be squeaky clean. Well, nobody may not be squeaky clean, but FTX trafficking and illicit drug use. I'm sorry, everybody's certainly not doing that, beloved. That's all I'm saying. Okay, Imuna says spiritual wickedness in high places in the time will fall. Exactly. Okay, so like I said, I don't know if that man did it or not, but I know those are allegations that were against him. And quite frankly, all I'm saying is if I were the president, I wouldn't be anywhere near somebody who had those sorts of allegations, whether they were true or not, whether they had been proven true or not. Now, if they had been proven to be lies and there was proof of that, that's a different story. But if they have been just dismissed and there's no conclusive evidence that said that they didn't do it, I just wouldn't want that part of my cabinet. That's all I'm saying. But hey, what do I know? What do I know? Okay. People said they'll be saying you didn't pick enough cotton. Pencilo said, exactly, Queen. You always teaching. We know this wicked. Thank you, beloved. So all I'm saying is at the end of the day, this country's screwed either way. Because listen, so now you have President Zelensky over there talking big and slick to Putin. That I don't know why he thinks he should do that. But see, I think that he feels comfortable doing that because Biden's already given the okay for him to launch these missiles and whatnot. What's really going on here? Now, y'all heard what Putin said. Y'all heard what Putin, this could be a whole nuclear war. And where does that leave the United States? Miss AP said, I love when Queen says, is all I'm saying. I'm serious. Because if Putin decides to launch nuclear war, where is that going to leave us? See, if I were the president of the United States, there's a few people that I try to be good with, okay? There's a few people that I would try to make sure that I had peace with and that we were not in conflict. And that would be Kim Jong-un and Putin. How about y'all? Okay, I would not be trying to piss either of them off. Okay, please pay attention. Andrea said, Queen, he went to the Diddler's party, the Trumpster. No, he did. I know. But Diddy already said a few years ago that Trump always left early because Trump doesn't drink or smoke. And that's probably why Trump's son came out and said that Trump would release a list of people who were at that party. This is all crazy. At the end of the day, this whole world, let me tell y'all something. The United States is going to hell in a handbasket. Okay, we got the crooks running the White House. Sad to say. We've got the crooks running the White House. How are you going to be investigated by the Attorney General, but now you, in fact, are the Attorney General? Y'all see where this is going? Amuna said, but America's prophecy is being fulfilled. Wait for it. It absolutely is. This is all facts. Okay, Chrissy One Love said China. Yes, and don't forget China. Absolutely. Okay, so honey. Joy said, correct, Queen. Neither of them play. Exactly. Pensilola said, Babylon is falling. Honey, I've been told y'all that. Hold on. Fat said, I can see that we're doomed. I am not a crook. All I'm saying is America's ghetto. America is officially ghetto. I want y'all to pay attention. Okay, the White House is the hood. Now you got a 34 times convicted felon running the White House, and then he's hired somebody who's been accused of FTX trafficking and illicit drug use. Where's this all going? Then you got the current president giving a speech and then assisting someone who wants to talk crazy to Putin and then walking off into the Amazon rainforest. Did y'all see how he just aimlessly turned around and walked straight into the woods? Y'all not concerned about that? I'm telling y'all, don't say I didn't warn you guys because I told you all weeks ago. I said they're going to put Kamala up there to be the president because Joe Biden, I don't even know if he's going to make it home from the rainforest because it's not right. Joe Biden is ill. And I'm not going to sit up here and laugh at that man. It was funny that he turned around and walked into the woods. But at the end of the day, it's really not funny when you really think about the consequences of it, okay? And maybe that's why he's making these decisions about Ukraine and Zelensky and all this stuff going on with Russia, honey. The last thing we need is a nuclear war. That's the last thing we need. Hold on, let me check something real quick. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance, beloveds. Let me play you all song for you one time while I'm looking for this receipt real quick. Haters on the corner.
When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. Keep moving.
Okay, so I found what I was looking for, beloveds. I found what I was looking for. Now, y'all listen to this. Moscow warns the U.S. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you right here. Biden making this decision could be deadly consequences for the U.S. Okay, I want you all to pay attention because Putin is not playing games. Andrea said, did you see him trying to walk in the sand, Queen? No, and I wish you had sent me that, beloved. I did not see it. I wish you had sent it to me. But listen to this, because y'all have a whole lot more problems rather than worrying about Biden walking in the sand and into those woods. And listen, Moscow warns the U.S. over allowing Ukraine to hit Russian soil with longer range weapons. This is not going to end well, that's all I'm saying. The Kremlin warned on Monday that President Joe Biden's decision to let Ukraine strike targets inside Russia with the U.S. supplied longer range missiles adds fuel to the fire and would escalate international tensions even higher. Biden's shift in policy added an uncertain new factor to the conflict on the eve of the 1,000-day milestone since Russia began its full-scale invasion in 2022. It also came as a Russian ballistic missile with cluster munitions struck a residential area of Sumy in northern Ukraine, killing 11 people and injuring 84 others. Another missile barrage sparked apartment fires in the southern port of Odessa, killing at least 10 people and injuring 43. Ukraine's Interior Ministry gave this information. Now, Washington is easing limits on what Ukraine can strike with its American-made Army tactical missile system, or as they call it, ATACMs. U.S. officials told the Associated Press on Sunday after months of ruling out such a move over fears of escalating the conflict and bringing about a direct confrontation between Russia and NATO. So they were reluctant. The Kremlin was swift in its condemnation, saying it's obvious that the outgoing administration in Washington, D.C. intends to take steps, and they have been talking about this, to continue adding fuel to the fire and provoking further escalation of tensions around this conflict. This is what a spokesman, Dmitry Peskov, said. Biden, what are you doing? Is he trying to start a war? This is what it sounds like. Because why the hell would he do this right here at this time? Now, I can roll with this. Now, Russia's UN ambassador, Vasily Nebenzia, went further at a UN Security Council meeting marking the 1,000 days of war, saying Moscow is astounded that the leaders in Britain and France are eager to play into the hands of the exiting administration and are bragging and are dragging not just their countries, but the entire Europe into a large-scale escalation worth drastic consequences. The scope of the new firing guidelines isn't clear, but the change came after the U.S., South Korea, and NATO said Northern Korea troops are in Russia and apparently are being deployed to help Moscow drive Ukrainian troops from Russia's Kursk border again. Now, Biden's decision almost entirely was triggered by North Korea's entry into the fight, according to a U.S. official who spoke on condition of anonymity to discuss internal deliberations and was made just before he left for the annual Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit in Peru. Now, Russia also is slowly pushing Ukraine's outnumbered army backward in the eastern Donetsk region. Okay, it has also conducted a devastating aerial campaign against civilian areas in Ukraine. Peskov referred journalists to a statement from President Vladimir Putin in September, which said he was allowing Ukraine to target Russia, would significantly raise the stakes. It would change the very nature of the conflict dramatically. This is what Putin said at the time. This would mean that NATO countries, the United States and European countries, are at war with Russia. So Putin's going to take this as a sign of war, that the United States is now getting a bit more involved than ever before. Peskov claimed that Western countries supplying longer range weapons also provided targeting services to Kyiv, saying this fundamentally changes the modality of their involvement in the conflict. Now, Putin warned in June that Moscow could provide longer range weapons to others to strike Western targets if NATO allowed Ukraine to use its allies' arms to attack Russian territory after signing a treaty with North Korea. Okay, Putin issued an explicit threat to provide weapons to Pyongyang, noting Moscow could mirror Western arguments that it's up to Ukraine to decide how to use them. Now, the Westerners supplied weapons to Ukraine and say, we do not control anything here anymore, and it does not matter how they are used, Putin said. Well, we can also say we supplied something to someone and then we do not control anything and let them think about that. So here's what Putin is saying. First of all, they're saying that the U.S. gave them the weapons and basically were telling them how to use it and what not to do. But Putin said, no, they could still do whatever they want to do. And then the U.S., y'all think y'all just going to sit up here and say, well, we gave it to them, but we told them not to do this. Putin said, okay, yeah, we can do that too. Two can play that game. Y'all want the smoke? Well, let's bring the fire. That's what Putin's telling them. Like, y'all want to sit up there and give them these weapons and act like y'all didn't tell them to do this and that with it. Well, we can do the same thing. Please pay attention. It's all nefarious. Okay. He says, well, we can also say we supplied something to someone and then we do not control anything. And now let them think about that, he says. Putin also reaffirmed Moscow's readiness to use nuclear weapons if it sees a threat to its sovereignty. Biden's move pop-ups. Okay, Biden's move will mean the direct involvement of the United States and its satellites in military action against Russia, as well as a radical change in the essence and nature of the conflict. This is what Russia's foreign minister said. President-elect Donald Trump, who takes office on January the 20th, has raised uncertainty about whether his administration will continue military support to Ukraine. He has also vowed to end the war quickly. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky gave a muted response Sunday to the approval that he and his government have been requesting for over a year, adding that the missiles will speak for themselves. Okay, now y'all saw Zelensky was talking real slick. Now I haven't seen him do that in a while, but now he's talking real slick. Now, the longer Ukraine can strike, the shorter the war will be. That's what Ukrainian Foreign Minister Andriy Sabiha said on Monday ahead of a UN Security Council meeting marking the 1,000th day milestone. Asked whether the United Kingdom would follow the United States in authorizing use of its longer-range missiles, UK Foreign Secretary David Lammy, who chaired the meeting, declined to comment. Okay, he said doing so would risk operational security and can only play into the hands of... See, he had sense. Now, France's UN ambassador, Nicolas de Riviere, whose country has also given Ukraine longer range missiles, told the Security Council without directly saying what his country will do about it, that the right of Ukraine to its legitimate defense includes the possibility of striking military targets involved in operations aimed at the territory. Russia's UN ambassador Vasily Nebenzia said Moscow is astounded that the leaders of Britain and France are eager to play into the hands of the exiting administration and are dragging not just their countries but the entire Europe into a large-scale escalation with drastic consequences. And Ukraine's Sabia said a green light for the U.S. to use longer-range missiles against Russia could be a game changer, but others are less certain. Now, they say ATACMS, which have a range of about 300 kilometers or 190 miles, can reach far behind the about 1,000 kilometers, about 600 miles front line in Ukraine. But they have relatively short range compared with other types of ballistic and cruise missiles. I'm not going to read all this. This is a whole lot. In other words, all I'm telling y'all is, honey, if you don't have a bunker, please build one quickly. Okay? Because Putin's not playing games. I don't know what the hell they think they're doing. The last thing I was looking forward to is having conflict with Putin. And Putin's talking about bringing out the big guns, nuclear war, nuclear missiles and all that stuff. And Muna said Trump is soon going to be placed between a rock and a hard place when it comes to Putin and Benjamin Netanyahu. Yeah, I think so. I think so. This is about to get real ugly, guys. Okay, this is about to get real, real ugly. Do you all, honey, if y'all don't know what goes down with a nuclear war, I mean, not that we've ever been in one, but I'm just saying, please look it up. Please look it up. This is all crazy. That's right. Miss J said within seconds it's over. Fat Boo said, I'm going to crawl inside myself. Lord. Moaning, why said, I'll be in my basement. So you're going to need to be a whole lot deeper down than in the basement, beloved, okay? This is all crazy. Lady Lionel said, let me go watch the book of Eli. Anybody have any last words? Y'all might as well start getting y'all's power of attorneys and y'all paperwork together, okay? I said basement ain't going to help. Darn sure isn't. This is all crazy, honey. Okay, well, don't say I didn't tell y'all. Yeah, one who cares said it's about to get messy. It sure is. Let me tell y'all something. We already saw this coming down the pike. I told y'all this months ago. Remember? I told y'all this months ago something crazy is going to go down, right? I told y'all it's World War III coming or something. Remember when I told y'all after those movies came out, Leave the World Behind, okay, produced by Barack and Michelle Obama, and then that movie Civil War came out. I told y'all better get ready because the bullshit is about to pop off, okay? This is all crazy. Now, why would Biden do this? I mean, this is all crazy. Durant said, I remember, Queen, thank you. And Muda said, I stay packed and ready to go. Where are you going? We love it. Where are you going? Where are any of us going if there's a nuclear war? Where are any of us going? So that you stay packed and ready to go. Go where? Honey, we could be turned into dust within the twinkling of an eye. You talk about bags? The last thing you need is bags, honey. Laverne said, can you feel it in the air? Okay. Miss AP said, wishful thinking. Oscar said, you can't go nowhere. You sure can, honey, please. Until the upper rooms, man, places you're going to be going. Well, I even said, Queen Ahmadiyyah, this is serious destruction. It is. It is. But it's no use crying about it. I don't let stuff bother me, honey, because if it's our time to go, y'all, it's just our time to go. At the end of the I'm on my magazine said Underground City. Well, let me know when you find one, okay? Because I'll be there. All right. I said watch the movie the day after. Honey, I saw that movie so long ago. Either said head for the mountain. tell y'all something, honey. At the end of the day, I'm just gonna astral project. Everybody on the spiritual channel, y'all follow me. Cause tomorrow we need to definitely go under and get our game plan together, honey. We gotta astral project ourselves up out of here. Cause honey, it's about to go down. This is all crazy. This is all crazy. Okay. I was hungry before I read that. Now that'll spoil my darn appetite. I can't even eat at this point. I'm about to be up out of here. Dragon Lily said I want to go with a ginger ale. Perplex said the aliens will intervene. I'm certain. Yeah, okay. You sit there and wait for that. Fat Boo said, I believe in God. I'm ready. Well, I believe in God too. And so did those people in Hiroshima and what was it, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. When the U.S. dropped a nuclear bomb on them, okay? I bet you they believe in God too, honey. Sometimes let me tell you something. We already know that it's been foretold that the U.S. is going to come to destruction. Okay, is this it? I don't know, but I hope it isn't. I hope it is because, honey, I'm still living my best life, honey. I don't have time for this foolishness. I don't know why Biden had to do all of that and then turn around and walk off into the Amazon rainforest without a word. Didn't let anybody ask any questions or anything. It's all crazy. So anyway, with that all been said, I'm out of here. You guys enjoy the rest of this evening. Okay. Enjoy the rest of this evening. I will see you all tomorrow. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Okay? I will talk to you all again soon. Peace.
Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece. This time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got